Hello everyone, welcome to Overqualify. It's finally here, the premiere, the debut casual tournament event for Europe. Let me just make sure audio looks good. Okay, hello. I'm not going to be here for too long as I do have some lovely commentators lined up for us. But just before the bracket begins, hello, I am Hokori, your host for this evening. If you don't know who I am the content manager for Rivals Vapor Europe. You may recognize me as the TO of Euros2, which is usually live here every Saturday. It will be tomorrow as well, don't worry. But tonight, we have the last chance qualifiers for Overqualify. So if you don't know what Overqualify is, if you've been out of the loop, it is a casual tournament to fundraise for Stonewall UK. As you can see in the bottom there, we have a little donation bar. Already £500 has been raised. I did raise the goal amount because of that, just to incentivize people to, keep donating. Did I not have background music on that entire time? Oh dear. No, I did. Okay, whatever. So yeah, this is a charity event, raising money for Stonewall. If you don't know who Stonewall is, right there, again, it's an LGBTQ plus association in the UK, campaigns for rights protection and all that wonderful stuff. Hell, the company I actually work for in real life, I believe, is partnered with Stonewall UK, so even more incentive for me to do this. So of course you can go to stonewall.org.uk to find out more, or you can go to the link in chat to donate to the Just Giving page. Regardless of if we hit the donation goal or not, all the money raised will be sent to Stonewall UK, so don't worry, I'm not going to be holding on to £500. But yeah, so before we begin, let me familiarize you all with the rules for tonight and next week. So, as I said, this is a casual tournament, so using casual rules, let me actually, I won't move the casting tag, I'll just remove it. So it's casual stages only with items on high frequency, but we have banned Crystal Valley as it's just far too large, and the Phoenix Feather as I believe it just prolongs the stock for far too long, and with a high frequency spawn rate it's just going to prolong matches a bit too much. That does not apply for the ones Slade can purchase from their kit. The full tournament's going to be best of 5, free stocks 8 minutes as usual. Day stupid rule, so if you win on a stage you cannot pick it again. Now with casual stages you cannot actually use the in-game tournament mode. So with that, instead we will be doing a roll of the dice to decide who bans stages first. Highest number wins, and they'll do the usual 1 ban, 2 bans, 1 ban, pick, and loser bans 2 stages. But also, at the start of each set, all items will be disabled, but both players will enable 2 items of their choosing to be permanently added to the pool. After each round, the loser of the previous game adds an item to the pool. And apart from that, our stages for tonight, the starter stages are as follows. Again, let me get rid of the caster. Jules Fair Skyline, Fire Tower, Training Dojo, Frozen Harbour, and Thunderous Peak. with counter picks being Treetop Bridge, Armada Fleet, Sinking Shipwreck, and Wall Run. So yeah, that is going to be how we are operating tonight. In a moment, I am going to disappear, get our commentators ready, and then the bracket will begin in about 10 minutes. But I just need to make sure all of our players are ready to go. We've just got one player who hasn't checked in yet. If anything, let me DM them. Because this one player is someone I really don't want to miss on stream. But regardless of that, yeah, I am going to disappear, get our commentators ready, so we will have a quick break. This is going to be a very small bracket tonight, but next week, Saturday, same time at 6 p.m. CEST is the main event with, you know, some of Europe's biggest and best. So, with the small player count for tonight, I've decided the top 2 players will be the ones to progress into the main event. So, with that, once again, we're going to take a quick break so I can get our commentators in, and I will be right back. So, do not touch that dial. See you in a sec, everybody.
Back, everyone. Welcome back to the last chance qualifier of Overqualify, your items bracket running over the weekend here in Europe. I am Zanati and I'm joined by Missy.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm excited to talk about some item play, which is a rare luxury, I think, in this game. Obviously, it released not too long ago, to a lot of acclaim, actually, a lot of positive feedback, but it just
Yeah,
hasn't caught fire yet. So I'm hoping this might be a catalyst to change that, perhaps.
true, true. I mean, we did get to see a little bit of item play action in Europe because we had the Dawn Challenge
We
hosted
did.
by Don Cascone in Europe, and we got to see a few players try to play with items on. It was pretty entertaining to watch, so I'm sure this will be no different.
Yeah, I think it will be a great time. And unlike the Don Cuscone Challenge, we will not have Crystal Valley on where you can go to the top right part of the stage and just camp with neutral B. No,
True.
in this rule set, we do not have Crystal Valley and we do not have the Phoenix Feather,
hmm
which it's here or there. I quite like the item. I think it's pretty hilarious sometimes, but at the same time, it can also be very, very toxic.
Mm. For the record, Slade has access to his own feather, but
Yes. Otherwise, for those not yet informed, for those just tuning into the stream, essentially the way this rule set's going to go is that all items are disabled at the start of the set, and then both players enable two items that they want to see in the pool. So they'll have no items open, and then they'll add in, say, Duplicator, Proximity Mine, Ice Spike, and the Electric Orb, for example. After that round, the loser permanently adds one item to the pool. So player two losers, they can add in just a boomerang or something, and this keeps it going and going until the set is over.
yeah, interesting. I'm quite unsure what items people will go for game one. Like, will they go for the mostly inoffensive ones, or will they go all out and pick, the I don't remember what they're called, but like the rotating things around your character that are
Collision
good at
cores,
collision
yeah,
cores, great at shield breaking, at dealing damage, sending people into the stratospheres. Are they going to go for that, or are they going to go for, ice traps or cheese or whatever? I'm
yeah.
interested to see what they will go for.
Yeah, there is stuff the collision core is expertly pointed out because that is also like one of the hard knowledge checks of items. There's not that many, but collision core, for example, a lot of people who are very new to it don't know that if you parry collision cores, it transfers over to you.
Yeah, and that's
So
basically the only counterplay, but you have to get it right.
yeah, yeah, you have to get it right. But if you do get it right, it's massively rewarding. Because say if there's three around, it's actually not that hard to parry because it's essentially
Yeah.
omnipresent around the body, and that's three collision cores immediately on you, and you have invincibility. So it's a very very potent time to strike. But I imagine those that are less familiar with that won't be wanting to implement it. They'll want to just keep such a powerful item away and probably go for the simpler stuff.
Another one I really like is the training bumper, because on certain stages, there's definitely like devious places you can
Oh,
put them in.
the bumper is absolutely crazy in my opinion. I was playing some items with Caitlin yesterday, and
Uh-huh.
we had three bumpers spawn really quickly, and I just put two bumpers hanging over the ledge side by side. Completely stopped her recovery. There was no way for her to make it back, and there's just zero counterplay. Because the only thing you can do against bumpers is parry them if they're grounded, but if they're airborne and off stage, then
It's
nothing you can
GG's.
do. They're just stuck there. But
Yeah.
enough about the items. Let's talk about our players. We have a small bracket today, the LCQ. I think there are a lot of people willing to try their luck, but still, we've got a couple of known names, especially people familiar with this channel will know them. We've got Treehug, we've got Remporo, we've got the Poach, we've got Nimpato, and Nimpato against Frad, a Cuban player, will be the first set coming up on stream.
Yep. Very welcome surprise. Nobody in Europe really knows who they are beyond just, having the Cuban flag on their Star GG profile. But yeah, we don't even know what character they play. Ninpato should stick to Loxodont, and it might look like we are going for a Reina against Loxodon. So two super heavies, two characters who on paper can survive for long, maybe that's a strength in this kind of rule set where you can lose your stock in the blink of an eye. Maybe it's something that's also abusable. I guess we'll have to see. But I'm pretty excited for this first set, which surely will like set the tone for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, these are two interesting characters. I think Lox has a lot of value in an items rule set where guarding items is often the sort of layer two of playing with
Mm,
items. It's baiting people in, it's stopping the people from getting access to it, and Lox can defend items quite well with very good ranged options like jab, F tilt, back F, fair. He can keep people off of them. But Reyna, she has her own special stuff because the ability to convert off of a lot of items, such as cheese, for example. Cheese is incredible with Lorena because you can essentially get cheese into any of her command grabs incredibly
ooh.
easy. And with how potent you can combo off of those with the kill power innate to those, there's some really, really strong stuff you can implement with her.
Indeed, indeed. The question remains is, will these players have trained this a little bit or will they go in completely blind? I don't know. Maybe some of these players, who you would expect not to do super well have actually been training in secret for this event specifically. It's really anyone's game. On paper, you can take a look at the bracket and recognize a few big hitters, a few big names, and you might think, oh, for sure, these are the people who are going to win. But I wouldn't be so sure. With items on, it's really a whole different game. And yeah.
Sure. If there was a player in the bracket that I have my items on eyes on, it's probably Tree Hugger, only because I know Tree Hugger plays Slade to a pretty decent level.
Yeah.
Definitely a scary Slade, and Slades are pretty much the primary character where you have to be thinking about any sort of item tech at all. Specifically, for those unfamiliar, there is glide tossing in this game. Glide tossing is a technique which you can use airborne and grounded. Grounded in shield, you can roll and input a throw at the same time to get an extra burst of movement. You do so in the air with air dodge, and this is a sort of unique technique that allows you weird and variable movement that's pretty hard to track, especially with its speed. It can often take you off guard, and so being familiar with such a technique is a huge boon when using some of these items.
For sure. Yeah. I don't think anyone else in the bracket has played Slade to any relevant extent. So Tree Hugger definitely is someone we should keep our eyes on. I think you're right about that.
Yeah, but for the time being, we have this heavy matchup in front of us. And also knowing that Lorena can struggle a good amount of Lux against Lux in general in neutral, I'm probably
Yeah.
giving Impato a bit of the edge because, like we've said, we'll only have 4 items on to start with, meaning
Hmm.
the variance of the items high. It shouldn't affect the spawn rate, but all the same, at some point you're able to sort of just account the items into your game plan and play some pretty normal rivals. And so at that point, you wonder if Nimpato has the edge based on matchup and perhaps just experience.
Yeah. I mean, regarding spawn rate, the rule set specifies that the item frequency should be set on high. So regardless of how many are in the pool, uh, you should be seeing lots of items most of the time. But also, I'm starting to wonder. I'm sure like most of the items, if not all, collide with Loxodon's projectile, sending it back towards the elephant. So I think Ninpato might struggle a little bit because it's going to be a little harder to play that kind of projectile game, which is usually pretty good against Lorena. So maybe he will have to resort to other techniques. And on the other hand, I don't know whether the items do collide with Lorena's chair or not. And I don't know in which capacity that
So
will hinder her or not. Do you have any info on
the
that?
the rule behind Lorena's chair is that a projectile must do 6% to impact it.
I
So
see.
I believe it's entirely dependent on how much damage these items do on collision. I am not entirely familiar, to be honest, with the whole laundry list. There are a lot of them, and
Yep.
typically it's their properties on hit the special effects that are the most potent elements. So we will have to see.
Mm-hmm. Let me check. It's also going to be best of 5, which means at most, if this goes to game 5, we are going to see 4 plus 4 equals 8 items total, which
Yep.
doesn't sound like a ton, given that there are much more items in total. Even considering that Phoenix Feather is banned in this rule set, but that's still like 8 different items you have to play around. So I think they're mostly gonna go for the fun ones and the really interactive ones at first.
Yeah. I do not
I would do.
I do not expect Beehive or Tornado, for example, for like hopefully the whole of this LCQ. I know there will be horrible people at the top level of Europe using them tomorrow because that's just the kind of community we have somehow fostered. But
Yep.
I don't expect Beehive or Tornado because those are the sort of things that really change the nature of the game and how it's played and sort of the timing of everything, which can be really difficult to operate around.
Unsure. Does Beehive inflict some like hit pause or hit stun at all, or is it just damage over time?
It's dot, but the every single pulse, I don't know how to say it, like every single instance of the damage does. Oh well, yeah, I suppose that is hit stop or hit pause of some sort. So it does mess up your inputs hard when you have on you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Pretty annoying. I quite despise that, to be honest. I'm really hoping we're gonna see it. I'm incredibly hoping that I don't play against it. But yeah, I think you're right. I think we will probably see much more simpler ones. The bomb balloon, perhaps, the one you play Papateo with. The cheese block, I know, is a fan favorite, especially if anyone has the infinite in their back pocket.
Oh yeah, but you do have to have the tech to use that one to the full extent.
The only European player I've seen do that to a semi-consistent level is Naelax. So it may just be an advantage he has.
How fitting.
Yeah, big cheeser, Naelax.
SMH.
From him. Ever since he picked up Lorena, that man changed.
I swear to God. But yeah, some of these are like fairly, intuitive to use. Even if you're not like familiar with item play, even if you have never ever touched Slade in your whole life, you can play around with Bomb, you can play around with Boomerang, surely with Vine Wrap, these kinds of things. You don't have to be Naelax to be able to participate and do well in this bracket, fortunately.
No, not at all. And if you've come from a Smash background, something like the Ice Spike is fairly similar to things you're already familiar with, like the Pitfall Trap in Smash Ultimate, or just any previous Smash title, to be honest, where it's a spike, but also a berry. It's very similar functionality to that, right? So I'm sure there'll be some items that will be fan favorites just out of a sense of familiarity, or just not change the game too much. Proximity Mine, Bumper, these are the kind of really simple ones. But I'm hoping we get to see some special play with stuff like the Drill, the Vine Wrap, as you said. It's not crazy, but I think just a slightly longer Maple Wrap, it gives you the creativity to do a lot of different things. So it'll be cool to see what people try and mess around with.
And also, I can imagine people, as games go on, find a bit more affinity with certain items more than others, and sort of develop their own like item playstyle on the fly.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it was interesting because there were a couple of conversations about seeding this bracket amongst the TOs, and I was saying things like, well, I don't know if you can seed DF first or second, since I believe Zeus might be participating, because I've never seen her touch an item in her life. That woman plays for zero fun, all try hard, so I don't know if she knows what a duplicator is. And so, yes, you can adapt on the fly, but also lack of familiarity can be so killer with some of these things.
That's true. I mean, but also like with players such as Dia, who you just mentioned, who have some background in the Smash games, even if you don't play like an item character per se, you've definitely like been exposed to items in general. So I don't think she'll be totally lost.
Do you think? Do you think Dia has fun?
That's not what I said.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if she knows what a Smash item is. You know, like, has she ever actually gone to a party and said, "Oh, I'm just gonna play my Kirby for a
I
couple
mean,
of games"?
she will have to know by next week if she wants to to take home the victory. But yeah,
We'll have to see.
I mean, I'm sure everyone in the main bracket has to have some familiarity already beforehand, or already like has told themselves at some point, I really should like study this a little bit, otherwise I'll get left behind so quickly in the bracket. But without further ado, it looks like Ninpato and Frad are looking to be ready to start their own sets. Waiting confirmation, but Loxodon versus Lorena, as we've already mentioned. I can already see some familiar faces in the chat. Mostly people from the main event, but yeah.
Yeah, it will be great to finally get into this first game. Like we said, Friday, we are completely unfamiliar with. This is a new face from Cuba. So I'm curious to see just exactly how good they are and whether they can play through some very, very probably high ping. I imagine we might be looking at the 80s to 100s, and I know that.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, are they Cuban and are they playing from Cuba, or are they Cuban but staying somewhere in Europe? We have had players from the Americas, for instance, go to Ireland for their studies or something. I don't know if that's the case for Frat. I guess the ping figures will be the telling factor here. And does it look like? Okay, we are actually starting. It looks like Ninpato is already a game up. And
No,
now,
I think we might have
no
just
item
been
to be
a
seen.
slight communication error. And we are going to get one. And collision course are enabled, in fact, Missy.
Already so much mileage sending Ninpato off stage once more. There is not too many percents, however. Ooh, gets the cheeky up B2, and that's your stock gone.
That is a poor start for Friday, unfortunately. Who seems to be playing on some pretty decent ping, so I think you might be right. I think, I think we are just looking at someone who is around and from Cuba. We have collision calls up there. Friday not grabbing them. That's going to be difficult, to be honest, because there's a lot of potential damage. Yeah, 40% coming out from those items.
Nothing to scoff at. And Pato racking up the damage. Maybe trying to capitalize on that corner positioning. Charges the F strong, and yeah, the ledge special is going to get caught by it. Not that many item spawns for now. I don't know if this is the normal rate for high item frequency, and Frad instantly gets caught by the bomb. That might do it. Not quite.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate positioning there, but finds the up B. Might see a platform tech chase. Yeah, nice F throw. The thing is with Reina is that this stage sucks. You can't get vertical kills on this stage. You are purely killing out from the side. So Lorena's tried and true up B confirms.
That was brilliant.
Do anything from here. Yeah, parrying it into that, setting up a really mean ledge situation. Imparo clearly coming into the bracket with a couple of ideas. So we've seen 3 of our 4 items, I believe. We've got bumpers, bombs, collision cores, and one secret thing that we have not yet borne witness to.
Indeed, indeed. And Pato gets the second bumper, and another collision cause that he gets to claim. That's going to be a lot of damage here inflicted on the end. That might actually be it. Yeah, first game goes to Ninpato. That was brutal.
Yeah,
and
nice
Frad
and
gets
quick
to add another item to the pool.
Yeah. A bit of an unfortunate start for Frad. Clearly not super conscious of the parry counterplay. At the very least, we didn't see any attempted ones. Well, Ninpato seemed very comfortable raiding around the collision cores. I might estimate that they were his pick. All the same, quite recoverable, and like we said, terrible stage for Lorena, to be honest. It's unfortunate that's where they started, and I think if you find something like Armada Fleet or something like that, then this is very, very easily recoverable. Do you actually have a favourite among the Aether stages? That's not an element we've discussed at all so far.
True. Do I have the list on hand? The thing is that I haven't played much. I wouldn't know what my favorite is. I think I definitely have a thing. Oh, thank you, production. I think I might have a thing for what's it called, Armada Fleet.
Yeah.
Warren, I think is, I don't know. It's very similar to what is it called? Is it Mute City from Smash Melee?
Yes, it's City.
Like aside from being able to parry the oncoming beetles, there's not too much to say about this one, I think. And the other ones are just like stage archetypes that I don't really enjoy, like walk-offs and stuff. But yeah, Armada Fleet is like a very, very obviously aerial-driven stage, gameplay-wise. But we are going to go to the casual version of her dojo.
Yes, stage very reminiscent of Peach's Castle, for those familiar with that. And honestly, a very fun casual stage. The bumpers provide a lot of variance to the gameplay. You've got the 3 bumpers surrounding you here, which can make aerial confirms a little bit difficult. And then you've also got the 2 bumpers that move back and forth beneath the bottom of the stage.
Yup. Yeah, Reina unable to go past that one. But it might actually do Nimpado some disservice. Yeah, getting trolled by his own item there. Trying to go for the projectile, but it apparently does not work, and Fred finally goes over the bumper line to try and engage with some hands-on combat. Tries to combo with the bumper, not quite able to do it, and in the end, the bumper placed by Nimpato will seal the deal.
Yeah, rough one for Fred, but still, we're looking pretty decent here. We've got Nimpato on stage. That's the other thing. Chair is so difficult to use on this stage because you can't throw it up at all because it will go into a bumper and that won't be where you want it.
Yeah, honestly, so far it's looking like the projectile usability is more in Loxodon's favor. It's really hard to enforce you be able to enforce your gameplay as Lorena if you don't really have access to chair, as you mentioned, especially in a matchup against Loxodon. So you're essentially playing with like, you know, double difficulty. You're playing this on very hard mode. Gets into the bumper 3 times actually. Armored Core is on. Should not matter.
That is a rough one for Fred. Who I'm not sure we've seen the new item that they've added to the pool. Currently, still
we've seen Boomerang, but I don't know if that was the one that was added or if it was already part of the drill. You're right. So now we have the full 5 item list.
Yeah, it's not really working out though because, like you've already mentioned, I think Nimpato has very much cultivated a game plan, which is I'm going to set up items that are sort of static on the stage and just provide passive shield pressure. And then put some meatballs out.
Yeah. Nimpato is letting the items in the stage hazards do the work for him, mostly.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, you might not be able to make it back. It's another 3-stock.
Very, very strong start from Nimpato.
And now this is where you have to be thinking about your stage counterpick if you're Frad, because as we've seen, first stage was very much a hindrance for combo potential for them. Second stage just like kind of did the work for Nimpato, to be fair. So as much as these are casual stages, maybe you will want to counterpick to something a little bit more tame, a little bit more normal. But I don't really know what you value if you're Lorena in the remaining stages.
Yeah, it's a hard call for sure. You've mentioned Armada Fleet. I think that stage is pretty strong for her, just because you've got that incredibly high top ship that comes through at times, and killing off the top there is just you do it at 40. It's so easy. But also killing off the side there, the side blastings are really close to the fleets that jut out to the sides, and Lorena, obviously, back air, up air, really easy at setting up those sort of kills. So I really like that stage for her. Otherwise, I would say it's like Treetop as well, the walk-off. Like, anything that sort of just lets her be her to an even greater degree is what I'd think of as very
Yeah.
potent stage picks.
One that I was thinking about is Jules Vale Skyline because of how like inoffensive it looks. It's like mostly just a big stage with holes in the middle, but you know, no big bumpers in the way, no real hazards. But we are going to go to Thunderous Peak. Interesting
Yeah,
choice.
this is an interesting pick. 3 orbs already coming out from Nimpato to deal, rack up to deal a lot of damage, and Ice Spike was added. Very dangerous item a lot of the time, but not too bad on this stage, to be honest. We're going to see a decent punish up from there, but the spiking nature of the Ice Spike not going to be too crazy here because you've got the clouds at the bottom of the stage that will constantly lift you up.
Oh, that was genius!
Yeah,
Using the
really
side V to be able to get in range and trigger the orb. So far,
That's relentless, rising with the collision cores that time. Very good at using movement in conjunction with his items to sort of bring the pain to Frad.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is not something I was expecting from the way you're supposed to play with items in this game, because, I mean, I'm mostly used to items you're able to throw, but items that are sort of like on you, like install items, I'm really unfamiliar with, but Nimpato showing us great usage of them.
Going ham with them. This stage is also really interesting because it essentially adds an item, right? Like, if you don't have the Kaelin orbs on, you can just sort of equip them with this.
Yeah, and Pato going to go for it right there, on top of the cores. Yeah, that's just so good. And also, you can't really SD if you miss your up B there because you're gonna get caught by the blanket of clouds, provided you survive the.
It's another
the knockback
situation where I'm
afterwards.
afraid the Cube and Lorena might have just counterpicked themselves, which happens if you're not familiar with the stages, of course. We see one more collision cord. Obviously, Nimpato going for it, but it's kind of in a weird spot. The bumper was protecting it, not anymore though. We now have collision cores on deck. We've got a drill stopping him as well. And Frad, it feels like the options are running out.
Once again, we see that confirm with the up B once the collision cores are attached to Loxodon's body, and that's going to be a 3-0 for Nimpato. Pretty convincing. Not losing a single stock across all 3 games, I'm pretty sure. But if you're Frad, there's always losers bracket. You know, you might be matched against someone else who doesn't have too much familiarity with items as a whole, and you know, you can also like take those 3 games as a little bit of knowledge to guide your choices and counter picks for that second set and losers. So, you know, best of luck to both players who will be fighting for losers round 1, AL and Frad. But for now, Nimpato will be moving on in winner's side of the bracket.
Yeah, unfortunate for those two, but still, there's a lot of hope yet for the people in the loser's side. Anything can happen with items, for sure. In the meantime, I'm not sure where we're headed, to be honest. We have a viewpoint that every single set is written down as streamed, but I'm not sure if Okori's planning on changing the schedule of any way, and whether we will be headed straight into losers or if we'll be doing the winner semi-finals first.
We're going to go to Ranporo versus Treehugger, apparently.
Great, love that. 2 players we haven't seen yet, and I think arguably the 2 strongest players in the bracket based on results. I think there are arguments from a couple, but Ranporo and Treehugger definitely players that have risen a lot. I mean, Treehugger had a strong start on their Loxodon, but since has forayed into many different characters, notably Absent Slave, who they've performed incredibly well on over time. A very, very threatening player from the Netherlands. Where Ranporo, very interesting player from France or Belgium, I can't remember exactly.
Belgium,
yeah. With a very strong Zetterburn, a developing Claren, and also quite the temper, so I'm curious how items will make them feel.
Yeah, I mean, as far as this is concerned, like, this is mostly a fun bracket. I'm sure people aren't entering with any gripes towards anything or anyone. It's just to have fun. I'm pretty sure even if you're getting 3-0'd in this kind of setting, you're just laughing your ass off. It's
Yeah, very possibly.
it's a very fun times kind of event. So yeah, without further ado, we are going to get into Renporo versus Treehugger. Probably both gonna default to their current main character, so Zetsuburn versus Apsa. Although that matchup is a little bit skewed, not exactly even. So maybe Treehugger will counterpick. I don't really know.
Yeah, I'm yet to meet an Absa that doesn't vehemently despise that burn with all
Mm-hmm.
of their heart. So perhaps we'll see a fringe side pick, but I'm sure Treehugger will start off with the Abs to begin with, and then if they want to, they'll swap character just to mix things up. We'll have to see. It is
Mm-hmm.
a dangerous character to play in items, though. You've got a lot of items that lead easily into confirms that can take you off the top. Because typically, one of the advantages of floaties is that the moves that come off the top are either a bit difficult to access or not super strong. So that sort of weakness to vertical kill moves doesn't get abused that heavily. In something like items, where you have about 10 different new ways to convert into any vertical kill move,
Oh
you are
yeah,
constantly a threat.
indeed. Like, if Treehugger picks Apsa from the get-go, either that means that they're really confident with their pick, or that means that, they've had the time to experiment with Apsa in their first set against Vanilla, and they kind of want to stick with her. But yeah, on paper, it's looking like a very make or break kind of character in this kind of setting, with other characters in their pocket like Loxodon and Slade being, I'm thinking, pretty good for an items bracket, because as we've seen, Loxodon, very big, so items like the orb or the cores are going to effectively have a bigger range, and you just have better survivability, which is, I'm sure, a very, very important thing to have in this kind of bracket. And also Slade, even if there aren't that many items on the stage, you can have your own items if you want. So maybe that's something you can overwhelm the opponent with. But we might also see the opposite. Who is to say?
Yeah, we will have to see. The one thing I'm thinking about as Absa is the items that transport you that we saw Nimpato previously make excellent use of. The Kalan Orb and the Collision Cores, where you can move with those with up B, which is an incredible move. So good at moving you fast across the map in ways that are basically unreactable. And just sort of transporting the hurt to your opponent. I think that can be very, very potent with her. Everything else is a bit touch and go.
All right. Yes, that's crazy how much having these items on changes like pretty much everything about character viability and character usage in gameplay. It's essentially a whole separate game.
Definitely. Zetburn, though, doesn't struggle at all with items. It's quite normal, to be honest, because he's already a character that can move in and out with his attacks very frequently and easily. It's just an additional layer for him, really. And it's many more ways to convert into Combustion Strongs, which is exactly what you're looking for, is Zetburn.
Yep, that or like sweet spot up air or things like
Yeah.
that. It's just like many ways to kill off the top, which in a competitive setting is already a problem when you're Opsa, because of the floatiness, you get to die very, very early against that character. So, maybe having that additional, power to kill off the top will benefit Renporo in the end. But regardless of who wins, I'm sure this will be a very, very entertaining match. Because, as you said, these two are the two powerhouses of today's bracket. And if that were me, I'd probably put my money on either of those to take the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Jules vs.
We're
Caroline,
starting
a
off on Jules
pretty
vs.
tame
Caroline,
one.
yeah. Which, that's fine. I don't think it's crazy for Treehugger because, like, a big element of this stage is it's really, really hard to kill people in the center. Because even if you spike them down, they'll just tech and then they'll wall jump all the way up. Absa has no trouble recovering in any category whatsoever, so it's not really that beneficial to her.
And we can see the first
She's
item.
on.
Yup. which
Very, very dangerous item.
does
We'll go
read
straight
as
on.
an item does read as something you would pick if you have had some amount of practice with items in general. Upstrong almost not taking it, but Ellie doing so, and the duplicator is on, basically putting lots of bombs on the center of the stage here. They're gonna detonate at some point, but for now it is Tree Hugger edgeguarding Red Poro at early percents, not quite gonna convert off of it. Now it's Red Poro's turn, not getting the combo of the duplicator, and finally detonates, sending a blast of percents across both characters.
Initially, I don't know if you saw it, that was definitely Treehugger fishing for the infinite with cheese multiple times. Clearly very aware of it, and knew the inputs, just was barely missing the timing. So we now know that this is a player quite familiar with how to use some of these less normal items. And I'm interested to see what that will do for him.
Ooh. Not getting the
F
edge
throw?
guard. It might do it, actually. No, not quite. Treehugger just very aggressive in their recoveries. And now they have the cheese on hand. Red sitting at 0%. They might actually go for that, as you mentioned. Not quite getting it, though.
Trio using some of these very active aerials like Nair to just bat Ren away while they're holding an item is a very interesting option. Essentially just because it's fast startup and active frames, it's sort of disrupting everything Ren's trying to go for. Oh, beautiful combo off of the cloud. It's the back air.
A duplicator is on once more. Does get hit by the special get up here. Careful, takes the downstrong, but that's a lot of percents. Now you might die off of any strong aerial from Opsa. And Ren not quite finding the neutral win that he wants here. Treehugger just keeping their ground.
It's got two cheese in the middle, but they're surrounded by duplicators. Ren not quite getting hit. Both players now with cheese in hand.
Oh yeah, equality. Oh, does not hit with the upstrong. That was almost it. And slowly but surely, Ren racking up the percents.
Trio kind of getting mixed now. We've seen Trio go for a lot of kill options over and over. Hasn't quite been working, but finally finds a fair, just a fringe one, doesn't quite kill. Setting up in the middle of the stage with the boomerang. Duplicator catches out. Both players basically at kill percent at this point.
Yup, any forwarder from either player is going to take it, I'm sure. Sitting on the center of the stage where you might have a little bit more chance to survive, but not finding the sweet spot on that up air for Ren. This is big. Not gonna find a sweet spot either here. Treehugger scrambling for dear life. Neutral are gonna send them off stage. Shields the down air and is able to grab it as a result. Throws the cheese out. Not gonna be able to get the punish, but there is the strong in-set play. Treehugger with the skin of their teeth gets the first game here on Jules Vale. Wow.
Yeah, a very aggressive roll from Remporo, just caught out by a swift reaction from Treehugger, and that is definitely a way to take a game. It was looking very confident for Trio for a while, but Ren clawing their way back into it. Looks like he could have made something happen, but just wasn't able to find Trio in over the key spots.
Mm-hmm. Now, with players picking arguably what is like the most inoffensive stage of all 5 starters, I'm kind of wondering if this is something we're going to, like a trend we're going to keep seeing for the upcoming games in this set. Like, are they going to try to engage as least as possible with stage hazards and try to focus on items and positioning and stuff a bit more? Or will they flip the scripts and try to go for a very wacky stage to get like very early and unexpected kills? This could go either way here for game 2.
Yeah, an interesting call for sure. And when you're thinking about stages, is a thing that a lot of the stages with low ceilings or Warcrafts, which could be to Zeta's benefit, are massively to Abs's benefit as well, right? Oh, we're going to be seeing a very inspired pick here, I think. The Aetherian version of Hyperborean Harbour, I'm not quite certain of this one's name.
Frozen
I think
Harbor.
a great pick here from Renporo because you've got vertical kills that work reasonably well. You can take a lot of stuff, but edge guarding is weak, and that's exactly what Treehugger is usually looking for, right? As Absa kills off the side or edge guards.
Given that the layout is basically the same bar the massive ice spikes, are the blast zones the exact same distance as they are in the regular version?
I think the top blast zone is higher than the regular version.
Yeah, because I
could
was
be
about
wrong,
to
but
say.
I think I'm correct on that. Oh, and that tree hugger caught out in the worst possible spot, but the sideways knockback not quite doing enough to kill him.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this stage is mostly going to allow for kills off the top. Although once the pillars are off the table, you have access to pretty strong edge guarding, especially because you also have to play with the added pressure of the pillars themselves knocking you around, as we've seen with Tree Hugger a little bit earlier on. Gets the cheese combo, not quite. Ren is being ambiguous on his DIs and techs, but it might be any moment until Tree Hugger finally finds a stock of their own. Gets the boomerang, puts the cheese out. That's not going to be a punish, unfortunately. Just tries to wall off the line with the boomerang there. But in the end, really isn't able to find the kill.
Yeah, Trigger really struggling with that. I mean, Absa only has 2 real vertical kill options, up strong and up air, and they both require some pretty good positioning or callouts for the most part. Gets to come off of that, but the ice breaking negates the knockback that Raporo has.
Yeah, this looks like a really smart stage counter pick from Ren, for sure. Already paying dividends, massively so. Back throw, tries to get the follow-up, but that's at this kind of knockback speed, you have to be very much on point. And at these percents, if Ren is able to get the tech on the pillars, you basically have no follow-up guaranteed here for Alpsa, and you are able to squeeze in that back throw, but the conditions that are needed for that to happen in the first place are so incredibly rare that you already have 1 stock of difference between these two.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I might pull a bold-faced lie about that change blast zone, because that up strong was not even on fire and still confidently killed an absurd 90. So I'm thinking we still have a pretty low top blast zone here, which Ren has made excellent use of so far. Oh, beautiful parry.
Yeah, he's looking like he's going to take home that game too, but Tree Hugger not too shabby themselves, putting in lots of work. And now that the pillar is broken on the left side, you might have access to other routes, but for the time being, action is mostly on the right side of things, and the pillar is already back up.
Yeah. One thing that might be hurting Trioga a little is we're just seeing a lot of smash attack attempts pretty much all the time the moment that his opponent is anywhere close to kill percent, and I'm not sure it's really working out for her that well. I think that Rempor is finding a lot of punishes there. Kind of maybe harkening back to her Game & Watch days. But the up strong pickup from the tech on the side of the pillar is going to take the second game for Renporo, evening up 1-1 with, I think we can't say it enough, just a very, very, very intelligent stage pick.
And that was also like godlike play, pairing the cheese, allowing him to then get the combo off of back air and up strong. That was like genius. But yeah. Definitely the kind of stage Tree Hugger might want to think twice before allowing their opponent to pick. I don't know if there are bans in this rule set or if it's just loser picks, but in any case, with DSR being on, Ren's not going to be able to pick that stage for the remainder of the set, and I'm sure Tree Hugger does not want to run it back. So we might be seeing another stage here for Game 3.
Yeah, we will have to see for sure. I'm knowing Tree Hugger's very aggressive game plan and just how much they love that down strong specifically, as well as fair and bare. I'm thinking like something like Treetop Lodge or Armada Fleet or anything that's like really early kills off the side is exactly what she's looking for.
Mm-hmm. Looks like it's going to be Training Dojo here. Stage that is way more open than Frozen Harbor. I don't know anything about the blast zones though, so I don't know who it is going to benefit more. And the fish just got added to the rotation. So far we've been seeing like only throwable items, I believe, that essentially all function in the same way. Either you can like combo off of them hitting the opponent, or they just straight up send them flying away. And juggle situation here from Treehugger. Ren a bit able to land. But edgeguarding situation, be careful, that platform might be the demise of you. Saved by the bumper, but then you don't really have the positioning required to be able to use that ubby, unfortunately.
Yeah, saved then betrayed by the bumper element of the stage. Ooh, seeing more
That's so
bumpers here.
goofy.
I feel like if you can bounce someone up and then up strong with them after, that's like so Kino.
Yeah, you might be able
Kinda hard to
to
react.
do something like up throw into up strong.
Yeah. Treehugger's looking fantastic
Ooh.
on the stage though. Really good at working with the bumpers, just going back and forth with them.
But yeah.
And waiting for Renpora to come in. Oh, the
There
fish
you
is going to
go.
send them so far away. Tries the second fish, but he gets batted away by the uppy just barely.
Yeah, that's the kind of interaction you have to have the information on. And oh, the bumper saves them once more. What the
This
hell
is
is that?
phenomenal DI from Ren, just able to consistently aim for the bumpers to save them. Meanwhile,
Gameplay
Treehugger is stuck
smiling
underneath the bottom
face.
of the stage. Perhaps going to get caught. F throw, no fire though, not going to quite do it.
Yeah, not gonna risk
Oh, what a parry.
the throw getting broken. Yeah. But 191%, you know, unless you're getting saved by a bumper, you're sitting on very, very thin ice. Yep. There's the bumper. There's the bumper save we're talking about.
232% on Renpora, who's just about surviving. Bumper's going to do it again. He is so consistent at finding it. Surely.
Okay,
Just
surely.
between the gaps. That was DI up though. You could see the intention, definitely aiming for it, but it looks like it maybe should have been no DI or slight DI instead.
This is what's really interesting with that kind of situation is usually you'll like train to DI like as far up as possible or as far out as possible to either, you know, being able to survive or escape combos, but here you really have to nail that and be really accurate on your DIs. Cheese combo going crazy here for Treehugger.
Incredible damage.
And there's another piece on the stage in case you're hungry for more. Ren just goes for the parry.
up B from Ren. That could have been an easy
Yup.
kill instead.
Oh.
Cheese almost eating to fair. Not quite the spacing for Treehugger though. Up air's going to do it.
Yeah.
Not DIing it's the bumper this time.
Brilliant game from Treehugger there. Counterpick really paying dividends and just item play really on point in general. So Treehugger taking the lead, one game away from going into winner's final. Ren has to win twice in a row if he wants to take the spot from Treehugger there. It's gonna be a little bit difficult because, you know, counterpick decisions is something that's very, very volatile. You might think you're on a good counterpick and then the stage you pick comes back around to stab you in the back. It's you can never trust anything in this kind of setting, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
You really have to be on your toes. Ooh, we're going to see the counter pick character-wise. Renpro going for the Claren this time around. Interesting pick.
Yeah, I can see the logic behind it. The very existence of no fun zone shuts down a lot of these projectile attempts. It's already a decent matchup for Abs. They're probably not as good as Zetterburn with the way that she's sort of fallen by the wayside recently, but still will be great for her. And we are going to the Ethereum version of Tempest Peak, which it has the 4 different Kelly orbs. This was a stage that I said could be very, very dangerous for Treehugger because you can move in with these orbs so easily as Absa, but it seems Renpora is opting for it.
Indeed, we've already see like 2 of them, and now make it 3, used by Treehugger. And every time now that they're going to have it on, I'm sure Renpora is just going to go for these top platforms to just be able to get away from them. Worst case scenario, he can always shield them. But for now, Treehugger has a pretty commanding lead. And there you go. That's that no fun zone that you were talking about.
Yeah, and they do it to actually stop the Kalen orb, which is a very interesting play. It's caught by the bomb, but it's not too dire of a situation. Ren's just going to try and set some goopification up.
See it. Arguably one of the more difficult items to play with, the duplicator.
Yeah,
Just
people
very
underestimate the base
unpredictable.
knockback on it, but the explosion is obviously where the big boom is at.
Yeah, and as you can see, the goo is getting a bit more unstable, and that's where you want to be a little bit more wary of the explosion. Great Nair Tipper. Ooh, barely not sealing the deal here, but you might go for seconds here on that edge guard. Still not over. Misses the Waveland though, and that's Tree Hugger gonna take that opportunity to nab that other stock right from Renporo's hands. Not quite. This is not an up air, this is a DI mix-up, but Ren does not get hit by it. Very scary. That's the
Ren.
bomb.
Ren did not land for about 5 years there. Trioga now with the fruit in hand, going to try and get some health back, but Ren smartly snatches it all up and finally gets that kill with an F throw, F strong. Still, this is an entire stock of leverage that Trioga has, and you know that he'll make good use of it.
Yep, Juggle's already going pretty strong. And this is vanilla. This is no items, no nothing, no trickery. This is straight up just Ops' magic working through.
Yeah, this guy
that might be it. Ooh. Clutch air dodge here from Renporo. Would have had to surrender his stock otherwise. Walls ups away here with the duplicator, but not for too long. Eventually gets her on the side of the stage, but what was that parry? Was looking for something else. Does not get the parry punish that he was looking for, I'm sure. And the orb sending him into overdrive. Okay. No fish. So no fish.
Stage gets caught by the explosion. Not quite going to do it. Just surviving. Ren's not picking up the orbs at all. He's going to get caught out by the down strong to close out the set. Very good showing from both players, but Tree Hugger looks just so fluid with the items there.
Yeah, so in control of things in general. And with that aggressive RPS2 option, just takes it away from Renporo. That might be our winner. I can't lie. That was a pretty good showing.
Yeah, that looked pretty spectacular and probably even better than the players that we'll be seeing next week, to be honest. Tree Hugger's looking like a major threat.
Oh, for sure.
Bro, I thought only Slade could slide toss, says Ren. Bro, Ren, no, it's just a universal movement mechanic. You know, they put that just in the game for one guy? This is what I mean, Missy. This is what I mean. Some of these people just aren't informed. They haven't done their research, and so they're getting taken aback by these people.
SMH my head.
Who have clearly practiced. How do you do it? Okay,
yeah,
here is your tutorial on commentary. To do a glide toss, which is the grounded version, you go in shield, you press roll, and you press throw, which is usually something you'll do with C-stick, 1 frame after the roll, pretty much, like immediately after. And that gives you that little boost of movement. In the air, you do air dodge, and you do throw very shortly after. And you can do throw up, you can do air dodge up, but throw to the side, if you're quick at it with your control stick, or if you're using C-stick, for example. There's a lot of different angles you can opt for, but typically you're just going to be throwing in the direction that you're going as well. The good news is, Renporo, is that you also have time to go practice that in the lab, because you got a little bit of time before you'll lose a set. But we do not have much time, I hope, until our next winner set, which is going to be reintroduction of Nimpato, who did really well earlier, versus I don't actually know how to say this name. I've never actually learned how to pronounce. Is it Depochi?
I only know how to say it in French, which is Depos, indeed.
Depos. See, that's what I imagined, but translating that to an English accent is a bit complicated. So we're just both going to say Depos.
Yeah. Let's go with the French accent. Is it going to be an Aether? That's very unusual, very uncharacteristic of him. You know, usually opts for the Arcane, obviously. Don't know if that's an actual pick intention or if it's just, you know, character screen selects being weird. But
yeah, it could be either. I mean,
could be either.
There's a lot to like about Aetherless in items. I think the movement, if you set it, because there are settings that allow you to both grab with shield and grab, but also with attacks. If you set it to attacks, you can obviously use dash attack on ice to pick up items, which can be really, really threatening aggressively, right? Like you can be moving in and out in an instant with that dash attack and items.
You can also be using dash attack's movement like Ops' up B to be able to detonate the install items like the cores or the orbs, I'm sure.
Yep. And Aetherless's greatest weakness, I think, arguably, the recovery, obviously still a very good recovery, but you often don't get the time to do what you want, which is exactly what you need versus Atlas recovery with items. There's usually some sort of obstructing factor, but it looks like it's just a character select bug, and that the Plus will be playing their tried and true Arcane here.
Trademark Brown Arcane, which, you know,
Is
some
that
of it
actually a
still
trademark?
applies. I'm pretty sure only he uses that variant of the skin, as far as I'm aware, in the EU scene.
Wonderful.
But yeah, some of the things that you said about Etolos, I'm sure are transferable to Arcane, by ways of what's the name again? It's on the tip of my tongue. The turnaround spot dodge thing.
Turnaround spot dodge thing? Oh, wait, turnaround spot dodge?
Is that not how it's done?
What are you referring to?
The thing where he zooms across the stage.
Oh, hydroplane.
Hydroplaning, that's the one.
Yeah.
With a well-timed hydroplane, I'm sure you can basically put out a hitbox that spans the entirety of the stage.
Yeah, for sure.
But the same should apply to full momentum forward air as well. So
Yep. You got
Let's
forward
just
air, you got
see.
hydroplane, you've got Bobby drop, which Arcane has one of the best of in the game, I believe, which is
Oh,
where
yeah.
you do like a shield drop on the platform with the momentum of a run or a roll. It goes very, very fast. So yeah, Arcane's got a lot of unique ways to move to his opponent or move to items. And so it could be a very threatening pick. Arcane into Lockstone as well, just in general, pretty good matchup. We've seen it a lot, especially in Europe. This could be the most played matchup in Europe. I think it's definitely up there in terms of popularity because we are
lots of those, yeah. Although,
we got lots of both.
as a Lockstone player, I do think that the matchup has been brought much closer to being even, with the nerfs to Arcane that, you know, predates his side B rework. I do think
So
it's not that bad for Lox.
So you're saying that one of Loxodon's hypothetically worst matchups isn't even that bad? Perhaps that is something that we must have a look at.
I mean, to be fair, I think that his worst matchup might be Upsa ? But that might also
would
be
make
me
sense.
just having not as much experience in that matchup as I have against Arcane. That being said, I do think the elephant is absolutely busted. You're right about that.
All good though. It doesn't really matter where your character is on the tier list in general, a lot of the time with this game, but especially in items, who cares? It is entirely up to just how well you can pilot around the hazardous terrain that will be this tournament.
So if we're looking at both players from a purely, you know, regular kind of bracket standpoint, I think it's pretty clear that Dapus is supposed to be the winner here. But who's to say that this transfers to an items on setting? Maybe Ninpato is a much better item player than he is. I have yet to see what it looks like. I'm sure there will be something else in the trio, though. We might be going to Game 5 in this set.
Very possibly. The first stage is also obviously going to come into great effect here. And it's looking like more of Treetop Lodge. People love this stage.
Yeah.
I hate this stage. I find it so difficult to play on because anything and everything I attempt just always goes into bumpers.
It's a really hard. It looks like a really hard stage to you know, be able to read the situation and gauge whether you're in a good position or if you're in a tough spot. Because of all the bumpers and because of how it's moving, it looks like nowhere is safe, pretty much. Ooh, big combo from Ninpato.
Yeah, and we're seeing Ninpato go for the same stuff that we saw in the first set. The plus can't land. The plus can't land at all. Doesn't get caught out by that, though. But we're seeing the same stuff from Ninpato, right? Ninpato is going to find items that let them set up a little zone.
What the hell was
Another one? Another one? Aw, I wanted to see a second of down strong.
Place my face. No, that's not gonna kill. Bumper's in the way. If you hold center stage, though, you are going to get hit. You are going to get your ass absolutely beaten, but you most probably will not die. which is very weird.
How can you pick the stage and add bumpers? Because I'm sure Nimpato's had bumpers, because that's twice we've seen bumpers, and both times it's been this guy with a set.
Oh,
So
brilliant.
Yeah. But look at the boss's percent. We are at 302.
Oh!
And finally, the group just sneaks in through the bumper to take that stock, but it was hard earned.
Warranted
But, oh
teabag.
my gosh, where are you supposed to play on the stage right now?
Yeah, exactly. The answer is yes. Tries to go for the belly flop, ends up not getting
nice
it. That Puss in the lead. And
He's about to explode.
yup. Whenever he's got the opportunity to do so, I'm sure he will just like place Puddle on the other end of the stage and just try to detonate the bubbles. Because you can't really like dash parry them if they're under a bumper. You have to have like really good timing. He's just using every item that there's on the stage.
Goes high, lands with Nair. Gonna continue the pressure with the cheese.
Big grab. Does not get the follow-up, unfortunately. Ooh, that's another big grab. Grabbing him from below. Almost dropping
not
the
quite
game.
aware enough of the puddle though, but finds the down air up strong. Very potent confirm there.
Yeah. Dapus's DI not being the best, if I'm being honest, but...
Paso's going to wait to roll here or special get up, I think. But that's not going to work out. You're up being into bumper here. How was the tech chase?
Patient as ever.
Big.
Okay, back air.
Wait, collision core perhaps? Right
Ooh, that's
the gap
not
with
the DI you want.
Nope. And that is the Pus taking game one. I think that was Nimpato's strategy. Probably their stage pick and their item pick really working against him there.
Yeah, in the end, it looked like Dapus's composure and patience is what netted him the game, if I'm being honest. You know, surviving very high percent because he was just happy to hold the position that wouldn't get him killed, and he was playing very patient. Oftentimes, just not engaging himself and letting the various hazards do the work for him, and I think that's definitely a winning strategy on those stages that are a bit more wild than the others.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to see what Nimpato opts for instead now. Nimpato not actually had the chance to counterpick a stage yet, so it will be very interesting to see sort of where his preference lies. And also, we'll see what item they add in. He also didn't get to add in an item last time, so perhaps we'll be seeing more stage control, perhaps we'll be seeing something you can move into your opponent. We'll have to see. Right now we've got bumpers, collision cores, duplication,
cheese.
and what? And cheese, yeah.
Yeah. Now this is pretty even, going to go for the side B tech chase. And we have the ice
spike. Oh, Bumper preventing an actual hard punish after hitting the ice. That's unfortunate for the Puss, who is still stuck in the air here.
Yeah. And the stun on the ice spike is so long. Great parry. That was godlike reactions. Not getting too much off of it. Parries the bumper to get rid of it, essentially. And then Pato just attack after attack, racking up damage. But this is what the Pulse shines, in my opinion, in that matchup. Pretty good at edge guarding. And that should be a pillar hit. Yep. The Pulse taking the lead once more after being down on the first stock. I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah, Nepal's got to find a way to get rid of this stock while the two pillars are down. This is your prime moment. But you just can't find a neutral win.
Yeah, also if you're not familiar with Dapus's gameplay, he's an avid user of Puddle in all shapes and forms. Whether that's just going straight for the bubble detonation, or just going for the upbeat teleportation in an offensive manner. This is something he uses a lot, and if you're not prepared for it, you're just gonna take lots of percents getting caught off guard. Yeah, Dapus just not letting up on the pressure.
Right next to Goo though, jumps around it, to get hit with it.
Yeah.
Finally, the meatball's going to do it. Good catch from Nimpato, who's kind of set up a wall here, but the boss going in with the parry.
Taking a bit out of Nimpato's That's good.
They're playing bumper guards with it.
Oh, that was gone for down strong, that would have been godlike.
Why did you just down strong?
Maybe he thought Puddle was on the center platform. Oh, one more. Oh, big combo. Now, see, this is where the boss has to keep his composure and stay patient. Because in the heat of the moment, it could be Loxodon stock if you're not careful enough. But if you just hold your ground, I believe you're going to be fine. Good teleportation.
Yeah, use it to very swiftly escape a very dangerous situation there. Ice is just going to save him. Nempato's bouncing every which way, but still alive at 238, gets the back throw. And we have the boss off stage. Perhaps this could be a good situation for Nempato. No!
Yeah.
Caught out with a ledge dash grab.
Beautiful. Not gonna roll in. Oof, it's still very aggressive, trying to interrupt Upstrong with that bumper. That was risky, but
big damage. Orcane's got
yeah.
This is it. Look at this, 30%.
How
easily
many?
ranked up.
How many?
That tilt's a little bit good.
Wow.
The
Okay.
collision core, just about not getting to the ice, but yeah, that is the difficulty of using the collision core on this stage. The ice will use it up every time you hit, so you want to stay away from those walls if you want to make the most of it.
Hold up. The
Boss is in a
infinite.
pretty bad situation here.
The
It's like
infinite,
a bumper in a hard place.
so to speak.
Wait, that might be the
special.
smartest use of special get up I've ever seen.
You can swim under them. Yeah. Okay. Gets out early. Now
Oh, I
he sees
believe
them.
that the
Palto
pillar
is
just
shielding.
consumed the ice trap on the side of the stage there, so they won't have to worry about that anymore.
There's a very frail shield, so Nempatto on thin ice, so to speak. But stalls in the air to the best of his abilities. Duplicator is on. Corner pressure is on for the Poche. Of the pass, sorry.
I quite like it in Italian accent, to be fair. I was hoping that was the way it was meant to be pronounced.
You know what? It might be because one of his first names is
Oh,
Giovanni.
this is
So,
cooked.
oh, GG's. Yep.
Bye-bye.
Damn. 2-0.
Yep, that is a tough one from Nempatto, betrayed on his very own counterpick by the Ice Pillars, who will now have to find some way to get back into the set, or we're looking at swift and clean 3-0.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the list of items. I don't really know what you're looking for in that kind of situation. Maybe low-key, maybe things like Beehive to make sure you're at least able to get some percentage on the board might be the call. Because all of the other ones are just like very, very explosive. Could take your stock in the blink of an eye. And so far, the boss has been the one to really take advantage of those. And we are going on a stage we haven't seen yet today. It is Wall Run.
Ooh, very interesting pick. But
can throw
the
them,
is
that's
already
right.
showing that they know the gimmick. They know what to do on the stage.
Yeah.
And if you do parry these wall runners, it is so good. This is a fantastic projectile. It rolls across the ground into some very good high knockback that leads into easy confirms. I think it's like one of the easiest items to confirm off of, other than cheese.
I see. And now the center stage has been declared no man's land as we are
They're
seeing
gonna
1
keep going.
billion goose. And they're
No,
going
go
to
fight
detonate.
it! Right in the grave that
now.
you dug. Yeah!
Actually, another
Lots of
set of
damage on the
duplicators was set on the right half of the stage. Oh, that could be it.
Oh,
If you time your
jeez,
stronger.
oh.
Wow! Okay, goes for the back air, but a little bit off on the positioning. Still, that's so many percentage. Yeah, you're gonna die off
Crew's
the
gonna
top
catch him on the
eventually.
neutral get up.
Insane.
Special get up, not quite catching Nempatto, who is still on a fresh stock so far. Parries the wall runner. Still gets caught, unfortunately. The plus has cheese in hand. What can they do with it? Plus collision cause as well. This is a dangerous situation, but the parry!
excellent
Nempatto clearly
parry!
aware.
And you can see how much shield damage this item does. It's wild.
Oh, so powerful. Collision cores are going to fade away, and we're left with 2 cheeses. This is dangerous.
Because of the way Orkin grabs items in his mouth, it looks like he has a cheese head. It's very goofy. Okay, are you going to be able to squeeze in the percent? Because the wall runners are coming for you as well.
Yeah, that was a nice
The
assist
end.
from the wall runner there to get locked out of a sticky situation.
Now
They
that's
have the
wall
bumper
runners.
set up.
Yeah, just easy ledge guard here. Zones him out with
Yeah.
backers. Ooh.
Nepato going for some crazy meatball angles. What do you do about this, Missy?
I don't know. You have to do some Albert Einstein calculations to be able to parry those.
Stuck in the
Wait,
silent
hold
stage though,
up.
with cheese on deck as well. This is a lot of damage from DePos, who still has a
Very solid stock lead.
Right, throws the cheese upward. Not quite able to juggle locks though. What's going on? Who's able to say what's going on?
Oh! Fair into the bumper. Sets up more damage.
Wow.
What a conversion!
Now hold up. I was glazing Tree Hugger earlier on, but after seeing the Poss's gameplay, that's heat. That's
heat.
heat. Pure
The boss
chills.
has got some ideas, man, and takes that set with a confident 3-0 against an opponent that was definitely capable of holding his own as well. That's a phenomenal showing from the Orcane from France.
Oh yeah. He's cooking. What are they
For sure.
feeding these fish, man?
I feel it was something crazy. That is not your ordinary feed. But yeah, that is our winners finals decided. That is Tree Hugger fighting against the Poss for a guaranteed place. Actually, no, they're both guaranteed now. They're both guaranteed to be in that tournament next week. So congratulations to both of them.
Wait, is
'cause there's
it top
going
three?
through. Yeah,
Oh
it's top
damn. I thought it was only top one, my mistake.
Yeah, so still you want to win for bragging rights, of course, but that is sort of the
Course.
pressure off of those two, and we are left with the very dangerous, despicable losers bracket with all of these demons still contending with one another to get that final spot.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to go straight for another Ninpato set? Because Renporo's been waiting in losers' quarters, and as far as Start GG is willing to tell us, Fred is up 2 against AL, so are we willing to wait between 1 and 3 additional games, or are we going straight to Ninpato's loser set?
We could probably just go straight to to another Nimpato set, to be fair. Either way, the bracket will continue the same way. It's unfortunate for Remporo, but Remporo didn't know what a glide toss was, so I think that he could practice that for a bit.
Exactly, all the more time to put in some practice, you know what I'm saying. Exactly.
Hey buddy, you should see this as a gift.
But yes, I believe we might be going straight into another Nimpato set, and we'll be seeing someone trying to sort of take their revenge, put their best foot forward in this losers bracket in these murky depths to make it out. Because it's sink or swim right now, and Nimpato does not want to be the former.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vanilla coming straight from winners bracket. This is their first loser set, whereas it's already the third set here for Nimpato. So maybe he's got the edge in that sense.
Yeah, it might be a little bit more warm. Vanilla's been waiting for a while, that's for sure, and had to start off against potentially the strongest player in the bracket too.
Yeah. Also, I'm not quite sure who they play. I don't remember seeing that name all too often in the EU community. Are you familiar at all with Vanilla?
No, can't say I am. This is the first time I'm seeing this tag.
All right. Did get to play Tree Hugger in winner's side, which is a little unfortunate. You know, you had to play one of the beasts as your first round, but here's a chance to redeem yourself in losers.
Yeah. We are getting information while the stream runner that Vanilla is a Spanish Steve from Ultimate, who's pretty good. So they know about wacky hijinks. That will be for certain.
For sure. And as we speak, Fred has finally taken the set 3-0 over AL and will be going against Renporo later on. But for now, we are waiting for Vanilla, who we don't really know who they even play in that game. And I don't think there's like a default character that Steve mains you know usually tend to go for. Because
Yeah.
the thing I like to think about ultimate players in this game, I mean, it used to be a bit more true than it is nowadays, I should say, but if you're a Smash Ultimate player, you pretty much always play Claren or Fleet, or I can't remember what's the third one, Rano.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
usually one of these three.
Yeah, the melee players, they gravitate to Zeta Burn pretty much universally. Zeta Burn or Claren, I suppose. The ultimate players also gravitate to Claren, but yeah, like you said, Rano is a popular pick for sure. And if you're from BM, you'll play anyone, because
Yep.
that game is full of freaks.
That's the word, yeah. And if
They
you're
got
from
some
Rivals
volley.
1, you might be tempted to play the character you were used to playing in Rivals 1 and say, this doesn't work the same way at all. I'm going to play someone else.
Yeah, I've actually seen a lot of Rivals 1 players take that.
Specific path. There's a lot of them waiting for their old mains, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
we also had things like Cake at the beginning of the game. Where it's like, nah, this Force character's not the same. I'm a fleet guy to the end, and then he went back.
Yeah.
But Soul Rifle recently was playing Force for a very long time. Recently came back to Maple just because partially of the familiarity and just the fun of it all. But yeah, it can vary greatly.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. I'm very interested. I think Steve players gravitate towards crack for the most part. I think that's where their heads go typically, because it's just like the terrain building element is pretty much primarily present with him. And also, I would say, is the character with some of the greatest potential for cheese and stupid stuff, right? Just in general. Like, if you ever watched a Sullyflex highlight, one of the better French crags, it's just anything can happen at any time. And I don't need to mention Guthix either. Like, it is just randomness at its most concentrated. And so I think that's what a lot of Steve players are looking for a lot of the time.
That's what we love to see, yeah. Although I have to say, if you want to play Crag, you very quickly have to really put in the practice, because, you know, killing people with charged F strongs and whatnot is all good, but I think it stops working very, very early on, and then you kind of have to catch up if you really want to be able to still utilize Crag to its fullest extent. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a really good character at top level, but I don't know if Vanilla has had that many hours to put into the game or not. They might be a ranked demon that we just don't know of, or they might have just bought the game like 100 hours ago, in which case I don't really know if they're going to be a match for Nimpato. It's really going to be a toss-up.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's always an interesting case with these players who no one's ever heard of, because, like you said, they can just be ranked demons that just finally found their tournament, or they can be people who are just very early on into their journey and might hit a couple roadblocks here or there. We'll have to see. But Nimpato, we know what Nimpato is capable of for sure at this point, and I suppose it will be a case of, does Vanilla have a way of breaking that zone that Nimpato is clearly very keen on consistently setting up?
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, though, for those who have just joined the stream, or perhaps just those who are unaware, we should point out that this is a tournament for charity. This is a fun little incentive created by Corey to get people involved in the community, to get our best players doing some fun and wacky stuff, and to put it all towards a good cause with Stonewall UK. So if you are having fun with this, if you have been enjoying the bracket, or if you're participating yourself, please look at donating wherever you can to them, because Stonewall is a lovely organisation, a lovely cause to donate to. They are an association who's been standing for LGBTQ plus rights since 1989, and they protect a lot of the people that are vulnerable to harassment and discrimination in the UK, and sometimes even wider around the world. And they are just a lovely cause. So please, if you've got anything to give, please consider donating.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't have said it better myself. And Vanilla is apparently on their way. So it should be any minute before we are able to spectate this losers quarterfinal. This first of two losers quarterfinal sets, and then Party versus Vanilla.
Yeah.
And so if you're in losers right now, if you want the third spot in the main event, you have to win 2 straight sets, which at this point is no small feat. You could fail by your opponent's hand very, very quickly, as we have seen. It's a really tough setting to be playing in, because these people sitting in winners final, apparently they know things that we don't about playing with items. So, really hard to get to losers final now.
Yep. It's not going to be easy for anyone. We've also got Remporo, obviously, on the other side of the losers bracket, who is still discovering stuff and looked very competent even without the additional tech. So we'll have to see what sort of advantage that forms him. It will be quite the bloodbath, I think, in this losers side, and very interesting who comes out on top whenever Vanilla does finally arrive. We're getting news that Vanilla has arrived. They're joining now, so we should be getting into this set shortly.
It's awesome. Apparently, Vanilla has some fans in the chat. I'm seeing some Spanish words of encouragement in the chat.
Very cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Just a reminder for those unaware, this is just the last chance qualifier for the bigger overqualified bracket next weekend on the 18th, 17th, I believe.
I think it's the 18th.
The 18th of July. So
it's going to be on Saturday night, yeah.
Please stay tuned, because if you are already enjoying the current item play, then you're going to see even greater heights from all of the players next week, who for the most part are just the best players in Europe, and also a surprise appearance from Zeus the Goose, one of the greatest players in North America. And so it should be a really, really good time. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I think there will be a lot of heated words exchanged and great matches played.
Oh yeah, if you're enjoying what you're seeing tonight, which is basically just, people having fun with items, but at the end of the day, just item casuals. Next week is going to be item nerds. So definitely some really riveting gameplay to be seen next Saturday. It's going to be a fun one. Oh, and we've got a bit more donations through, apparently. I see the progress bar progressing its way to the right side of things. Keep it going, guys.
Keep it going. Thank you for your donations.
Every little helps. Such important causes.
Yeah, even if it's just like literally a quid, it helps so much.
I think you also have to ask with Vanilla what sort of items they're going to be leaning towards as a player, primarily from Ultimate. Whether they're going to be going with the sort of more familiar picks like the Ice Spike, which, like we said before, is essentially a pitfall. It has the almost identical functionality, just with that neat sparkle of Rivals mechanics. Or if they're just going to be going really, really out there with the collision cores, which are kind of like the hammer. For those familiar with that, and stuff like the Kanan Orb, which is something we really haven't seen before.
I can see it, yeah. Because one other item that would be pretty familiar to Smash players is the fish, which is pretty much just a peach turnip.
Yeah, very similar to a peach turnip. Boomerang. Ultimate has a boomerang with slightly different functionality, but they're really quite similar. So there's a couple of items that are gonna be sort of home territory for you as long as you've
Yeah.
played a little bit of casual Ultimate, which the majority of people have.
And the thing is, if you're an Empato and you've already played like 6 games of items and you're a bit more familiar with them, I think you just go for the more wilder ones to catch Vanilla off guard. Oh, is that a DQ from Vanilla?
It very well might be. Or perhaps they run out of time, I'm not sure.
It might be because they ran out of time and didn't check in time. Guess we'll have
PC
to...
issues. That's unfortunate for Naylor. Alright, in that case, we are just headed straight into the other side with Remporo versus Frad.
Alright. More Reina gameplay. I'm excited for it.
Yep, should be a good time.
Yeah, Freda was not looking too good in their first set on winners against Empato, but they managed to 3-0 their losers round 1 set, which goes to show they're not like an absolute beginner. Definitely not.
It's also just like you mentioned earlier, just a matter of warming up, right? Like if this is maybe your first or second time playing with items, obviously you're going to be really taken aback and you're not quite going to know what to do with them to start with, but after a couple of games, I think anyone can heat up with them pretty quickly and sort of get familiar and start using them to their fullest potential. Remporo,
Indeed.
a player we know can use items now, should be much more comfortable and will be putting up some pretty fire offense with them, I think.
Definitely, yeah, theoretically speaking, at least. And going for the Claren, which I don't know if the Zetaburn matchup is really good for Lorena, or if it's just a sign of confidence and trying to warm up the Claren a bit more for the run back against Treehugger or something. But we are indeed seeing his secondary pick here on game 1. At least that's what the character screen select would let us believe. And it should be starting momentarily.
Yes, indeed. I can't remember what Remporo was probably opted for. I think Treehugger probably opted for the cheese in the set with Remporo, considering how well they were using it. So I'm actually not sure where Remporo is leaning items wise. There might be some of the more simple stuff like the boomerang and the fish.
He was using the duplicator a fair amount, so I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to go with that in this set as well. I mean, yeah, it's fairly easy to use. It's not as technical as cheese, in my opinion. Kind of just pick it up and throw it around just to create some danger zone.
Yeah.
It might also be, time to try other items, because if you're Ren and you are like very arguably so confident that you might win the set, maybe you just go for other items just to see if it's something you could be picking for sets later on in the bracket.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
Experiment with a little bit, because we haven't seen things like wine wrap or proximity mine or things like that, which in my opinion are very straightforward to use and could lead on paper to like very simple kills. So maybe that's the time to experiment with those kinds of items as well.
Yeah, that is an excellent point. I mean, you've also just got games to experiment, right? If you drop down 2 games, that's 2 of the items you're more comfortable with that you can add into the pool. So no matter what, you're sort of afforded a couple of chances to mess around with stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to look at other items, but I think we've mostly gone through them. Obviously,
You've not seen
some items
Olympia's
are,
crystal one yet,
yeah.
which is
Yeah,
an odd one to use, especially if you're not familiar with Olympia. So I understand why. We obviously haven't seen Beehive or Tornado yet because they are just the most controversial items. That
yeah.
really interesting one. Quite difficult to use. It's got some pretty nice knockback on hit. If you throw it into an opponent, it will prop them up high enough that the platform will then spawn beneath them. So you could wave land on it and go for a down strong to cover every tech, for example. But it's just a difficult to make use of because it's giving you an additional movement option that not everyone is necessarily going to know what to do with.
It's definitely an item that's like not solely built for offense, so I can see why people are a little iffy about picking it. It's just
Yeah.
it's just really, really particular.
Yeah. The item crate, I think probably will go unpicked in a rule set like this, right? Because it's all about spawning 3 different items. Well, if you've picked the item crate, in game 1, it's going to spawn the 3 items that you have set and nothing else. You know what it's going to spawn, and you're not necessarily going to opt into that, and you don't want to necessarily use a whole slot on just spawning more of the same.
Yeah, it's one of those items you just kind of leave on if you're playing with almost if not all items on. But in a setting like this where you only allow like 4 items total, yeah, it's definitely something you don't want to use a one item spot for. But also, I don't really.
You haven't seen Bomb Balloon.
Yeah, we haven't. I guess it's.
I am a massive Bomb Balloon fan, depending on my opponent. In
Yeah.
free-for-alls, so easy to use, right? Because someone will get it, and then just in the chaos of it all, it'll be transferred around.
You can just scram away, yeah.
In 1v1s, the majority of my experience with this item is someone sticks on me, and they spend the next 20 seconds camping me out. And it depends on your character, but if you're playing someone slow, you're never going to want that, right? You're never opting into that, because the reality is that you will just be a lot of the time too immobile to catch them before it triggers. And there are ways to play around the triggering, but it's just not an item that's really doing you any favors, right?
Yep. And as we see fish, so yeah, it might be Ren's pick because, as you mentioned, from the 4 items that we saw in game 1 against Treehugger, fish and boomerang were the ones that were like really familiar to melee players. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ren picked something like boomerang and fish, which both are on the table apparently, as well as cheese, which might have been picked by Fred.
Yeah.
And so far, we've pretty much always seen the same first 4 items. Pretty interesting. Not much variance.
Yeah, it's pretty low variance, right? I mean, if we see a 4th item as a bumper, which we do, then yeah, it's a pretty tried and true pattern here. People are going for some fairly neutral items, I would say, overall.
Hey, yeah, it was either that or
limit the chaos.
duplicator, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, don't roll into the bumper. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage right on Frad's head that they now have to navigate because Zetaburn is very easily going to take a stock from any of these items. They're all fantastic for comboing or just raw killing. Caught by the pillar though, doesn't tech it. Not going to quite kill though. Not hit that high up. And also Lorena, not that floaty either.
Yeah, pretty much sitting on double damage. Oh, Armstrong not going to go through because of the bumper. Bumper taketh, bumper giveth. Just to give the extension with the cheese.
With these cheeses.
He's learning.
He has learned the technique. Look at that.
Yep. Ooh, almost went through. Tries to fish for a parry, but hold up. With Fred surviving this long, Ren actually sits at 105%. So, Lorena Upstrong or RB might do numbers on him. But so far in this game, Ren just happy to stick to the ground and play, you know, a very grounded game. And also play for stage control. Does not want to interact with any of that woke nonsense from Lorena. Oh, that might be an Upstrong. No, not quite enough percent.
Look at that, Ren is moving with this glide toss, going back and forth with these up tosses. It's very nice to see. But they're kind of like it's kind of like a 5-year-old who just learned a bunch of facts about lions, and so he's spamming them in conversation. Right? Like it's not necessarily got that much intention behind it, but it feels cool. And they want to boast that they know that they can do this thing now.
Yep. And Renson still holding on to his first stock here on game 1. Double cheese combo into up air. Beautiful.
Solid. Statement from Red is using his cheats very well. Bouncing off the bumper multiple times off stage. Nice little setup from Frad.
Yeah, that's a solid like 25%. Ooh, beautiful side B. Once again, Armstrong's into the bumper.
Little zone kind of set up here that Fred's going to try and escape. Manages to make it out.
Trading blows, which ultimately goes into Ren's favor once again, but the second one is going to take it. That was bumper-free zone, and in the end, you do get the kill move. No DI would have saved you from that one. Maybe you could have gone for a tech on the right pillar, but yeah, that was a tough situation to get out of from Fred. Ren taking game 1 with a pretty convincing 2-stock. I don't know if Fred's got any other character up their sleeve, because so far we've only seen Lorena. And I'm not gonna bet that Ren's gonna counterpick to Claren unless he like loses any game.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he's pretty dead set on using Zetterburn until the end. Okay, back to what we've seen for the very first game of the evening. What's this one called again? Fire Tower, I think?
Perhaps. I'm not 100%. Either way, this is an interesting counter pick from Fred, perhaps looking for ways to pull Ren off stage with up air and such, instead of looking for those vertical kills, considering they died so much up strong as well. You get the methodology, right?
Yeah, but we've also mentioned, like, in the first game of Fred versus Npato, which was on that stage, that Lorena might struggle a little bit on that stage because she doesn't get the kills off the top, but she might get easier juggles. Because, you know, Zetterburn, no stranger to juggling his opponents, obviously. And I don't think the presence of a ceiling should change anything in that regard. But Lorena, you know, usually tends to combo people sideways with up airs and side Bs and stuff. So maybe letting the ceiling be in the way might allow for some more vertical extensions. I don't really know. I also don't know if that's what Fred had in mind. But for now, this is going pretty even, so maybe the counter pick is proving effective.
Fred finding the collision course, though. Gets Renporo right off the side, but Zetterburn just about heavy enough to live that. Final collision core does a lot of shield damage. This is a low shield, but Fred needs to apply the pressure to make the most of it.
Yeah, it goes for an up strong, but you can see that's where the stage pick comes in through.
Fred not quite able to finish his food and could be seriously punished for this.
Yeah, but we can see the vision. So far, the stage is denying a lot, going for a lot of air taunts. I wonder what's that about.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Ooh,
good
big parry.
Big parry there. Doesn't catch the roll in though.
Yeah, Ren has been trying to go for these F strongs. Like that's got to be at least the third one, but so far not any of them has had success. Bro, you got to stop rolling in.
Gotta stop rolling into the bumper, man. There's a lot of free damage and a free kill ready for Ren.
Ren's bumper setup not quite working out, but can we get a kill here maybe? Set off stage?
217 is nothing to scoff at.
Side B's not going to do anything, it's sent straight up.
Yeah, Fred has not been going for these, there we go, these horizontal sending moves, but one forward air is all it takes, fortunately for them. But slowly but surely, Ren is making his way in this game too.
Bumper's kind of single-handedly beating Fred's ass right now.
Really good cheese usage.
Can't even special get up.
That's a pretty good bumper placement if you're Ren.
Ooh.
It goes
Okay.
through it.
Yeah,
Interesting.
using the armor of the side B.
It makes sense now that you mention it, yeah. Or Ren
Oh!
with devious bumper placement. What do you do about that? Okay, you're able to roll
you
through,
pull
but
them in and you do a lot of damage, but Ren is now just trying to put on the pain with repeated shy dares. Frad not really implementing any of the counterplay to the tried and true from the Zetterburn.
yeah, that's just vanilla rivals there.
Yeah.
Forward throw. Finally putting the Lion off stage. Both these players have been really solid on their ceiling techs, I have to say. Nope, Let's Special not going to be able to do it. You're not going to get past this bumper if you don't use something like roll, but then that's where it gets caught by Upstrong. Beautiful F throw. Do you use the bumper? No, it's in a really good spot where it is. Ooh, that was a gnarly parry there.
Great option.
Wow. Also sudden, and Ren takes game 2. Also kind of weird, the victory screen here was clearly just Fire Capital, not Fire Tower. Oh well. 2-0 for Ren, second 2-stock in a row. This is looking like he might be taking game 3 to face in part 2 and lose a semi, but Frad's still not out of it. Still at least one other counter pick up their sleeve. Honestly, might run it back onto Fire Tower. That game style was looking pretty promising, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, definitely. They've got some. Both players have got some ideas, and we're going straight back. It looks like. Yeah, I don't think the stage was the problem there at all.
Very sensible pick.
Red put on the hurt with just standard Zetterburn stuff though immediately. Great opening. Good parry though.
I like
For
parry.
The Raider combo first, but breaks the shield.
What's the punish?
Yeah, collision corner
Okay.
something. Oh, looking for the double jump. I like the idea with the down air.
Very good idea indeed. Finally gets that F-Strong that he was looking for. Ren immediately taking first stock and hereby taking the lead. That's very, very big. Gets giant swung for his troubles though. And the pressure is unrelenting.
No item stuff at all either.
Yeah. Once the items are off the table, Ren is just like running his Zetterburn game plan to its full extent. That's where he shines the best. Oh, that could have been a grab. Not quite able to capitalize on it. Fred though. Cheese is on the table. Once again, collision course. Beautiful parry.
Nice this time.
Ooh, you're not
There's an
able
option
to.
off the
Yeah.
table for Fred, who is still off stage and taken all the way out by the collision course. Going to survive though. Go up to the high up instead of any of the chair stuff, but does live. Oh, the F-Strong call out though. That's going to seal his fate and put him a whole 2 stocks down. That is tough for Fred.
Fred's got good DI though, I have to say. Like, if you omit that finishing forward strong, ooh, beautiful forward strong of their own.
Yeah, great catch.
First time they go for that option and really proves effective.
We are back in this 2-stock territory that we have grown familiar with in these games, and the question will be if Fred can change his fate. Right now it's looking a bit rough though. Ramporo is just kind of playing some very spaced, patient neutral until the F-Strong.
Ooh, we got the reaction tech chase though from Fred.
Yeah, very nice, takes him off stage. Do we see an up air? No, up to the fair. It's a good attempt. Fortunately called out by the up B.
Yeah, tries to go for the poke to interrupt the LB. Unfortunately, a little bit off on the timing, and tries to go for the parry on the bumpers. We're seeing some adaptation here from Lorena, and Ren running headfirst into it. All right, now is the time you got to be patient. Do the calls ever go away?
There we go. Parry on the call. They do eventually fade out. Like that.
Ah, indeed. But yeah, 100%. If you're not getting that forward air, if you're Ren, ooh, beautiful roll. That was the exact timing you had to go for.
Ren's looking to try and parry this bumper on the platform and is just eating a lot of damage for it, to be honest. That's not your drill! That's not your drill, Ren! What are you doing?
Okay.
Ooh, it's a free kill for Fred, who still has a chance in this. At 206 is livable.
It's a very precarious position, though, I can't lie.
We're surviving. We found the back air. We found the fish.
Or can we do the fish?
Oh, these rolls are so immaculately timed. I'm just not able to find that F strong. Is that it? No.
Nope. Collision course though. This could be dangerous.
Boom, boom, boom. Triple bounce into the second core. Explosive finish to that set. Frat definitely showing some skills here in game 3. That was pretty good adaptation. That's nice.
Yeah.
Choose your rival.
Now, final set until we have our top 3 participants locked in.
Yes.
Who, between Ninpato and Renporo, is going to go to losers final and secure a spot for next Saturday's bracket. So presumably Loxodon versus Zetterburn. I don't think we're going to see the Claren. I don't think we're going to see her. Zetterburn being a pretty solid matchup. And also, I'm sure Ren being more accustomed to playing the matchup with his main character, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. It's it can often be a tough matchup. Tough matchup for Loxodons in general. This is a
But-
character because he's one of the guys that kind of gets in on you pretty consistently, right?
Yeah. Although we've been informed that we are going to spectate winners finals first, which does make
Of
sense.
course. Yeah.
But of course, we are going to see Dapos versus Treehugger.
Yes. The Puss, who already kind of made a statement in that game in that set against Limpato, will be
The GOAT.
very interested to see how they fared against very arguably the best player in this bracket and who's clearly got good handles on items. For those who have forgotten, since it's been a while, Treehugger was looking demonic against Renporo, and I'm interested to see what new source he brings to the table this time. She is definitely the favorite here to win it all.
Oh, yeah. I'm glancing at chat, and I don't know why, but you're getting some shade thrown on you,
I
Jude.
know I'm getting some shade thrown on me for being a chill guy. I'm not doing anything here.
How is that
I'm
because of the
being
picture?
slandered. Yeah.
Yeah, Meadow, what if that
Not a
was
good
my
point,
picture
is it?
instead? What if that was my picture and Jude was Shadow the Hedgehog? That would still be in character.
I'd say I'd still be in character too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just like me.
For real.
But yeah, we have a solid set coming up between one of the best in the Netherlands and one of the best Orcanes in France here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're very interested to see how it all carves out what items they're going to go for. Once again, these are the Puss's results. Pretty decent. Definitely been a strong player recently.
Farming his locals.
Dice Dance, is that a Toulouse local?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's from Toulouse.
Is he Toulousain? And I never met him. That sucks.
I don't know if he played alt when you were there, and I don't know if he plays alt at all, but yeah. I think he's Toulousain, yeah.
Toulousain. In that case, I might have a slight bias going into this set. So
Uh-huh.
don't tell anyone.
But yeah, my only expectations and hopes for this set is that it's not going to be a 3-0 either way. I really want to see more Depass gameplay, if I'm being honest, but also more Treehugger gameplay. That person's like really good at dealing with items. And I'm hoping we get to see at least like one cheese infinite combo. That would be hype.
Yeah, it'd be pretty funny. It'll be an easy clip moment as well. But I think Depus might have the knowledge going into it that is something that Treehugger is looking for. I'm sure Treehugger is going to instantly say, put that cheese item on. So when you know that that's on the table, you are obviously a little bit more wary of it, especially with Orcade's maneuverability and reasonably long tilt scenarios you can use to sort of bat Absol away. I think Depus should be able to move around it, but we will see as we should shortly be getting into the first game of winners finals here.
Also pretty sure we're going to see bumpers because Depus definitely strikes me as a bumper guy, especially after this set that we've seen from him. So yeah, my guess is going to be cheese, bumper, probably duplicator from Treehugger, and let's see, maybe Ice Spike. Why not?
Yeah, we'll have to see. Ice Spike definitely a phenomenal item with Arcane, right? You already have a pretty strong presence off stage. You mix in an item that essentially instantly kills you if you're off stage, or just the freeze aspect on stage into the 10 billion up tilts that Arcane is capable of. It's a lot of damage all at once.
Yeah, that Ice Spike item pretty strong and really makes you thankful that the devs didn't give Etelis any multi-hit, because he would have been able to get away with murder if that were the case.
I mean, he's got F tilt.
He's got F tilt, but you know, it's not.
It's not crazy. No.
It's not ups or down strong or ups and there. Because I'm sure Treehugger can also get some crazy damage of their own if they're able to get that person to an Ice Spike.
Well, I mean, that sounds like 5 lightning kicks in a row to me. If you've got the timing down, I think you could put some serious heart on with Absa.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Training dojo.
So any second now, we're going to see game 1 on the dojo.
Yeah, it's more of this stage that people are apparently loving. They just love the bumpers.
Yeah, I mean, both players won a game in their first set on this stage. Actually, it was second set for both. Never mind. But definitely familiar territory for both of them. And we're choosing to play on the top platform rather than on the longer, more secure bottom one. Interesting.
Yeah, dangerous place to play. There's a lot of things that can go bad here, especially against Absa, who's got a lot of quick hits to put you into the bumpers. And
So far we were right.
In hand.
Cheese and Duplicator on the table for game 1.
Yeah.
Beehive, interesting.
Rare appearance. One of the worst items in the game has made its appearance finally, and Treehugger is already in about 20% just from the Beehive.
Yep. They've been mostly arresting them.
For those unfamiliar with how Beehive functions, essentially every time it gets transferred, a little bit of its lifespan gets restored. So the longer there is a Beehive on a singular person. Oh! Wait!
That's kind of crispy.
The smartest person ever?
Maybe.
Wait. Because that was so smart, using the cheese into the Beehive, which essentially is extending your hit stun, set him up into the up B. That was so good from the Puss, who clearly has some ideas with this item.
I mean, you let the Puss set up his puddle, you're in for a bad time, is all I'm gonna say.
Definitely.
French people we've been knowing.
What? That doesn't force him on, he can go into the wall?
That ref, that's gotta be cheating.
That's gotta be cheating. Ooh,
And also,
nearly found the back air out of that proximity mine. That was nice.
yeah, Proximity Mine, I'm pretty sure making the first appearance tonight.
Yes, you're right.
Haven't
We
seen
got a
it.
lot of firsts in this game. This is really cool to see.
Refreshing
Okay.
take.
The Puss still has options to get back on stage here. Traveling really fast with that fair. We might see the same thing here, or just the side B. Back throw's going to come out. We're going to see a Cloud to follow it. Not quite going to find it, though. Once again, fair to get back on stage. The Puss finally given a little bit of leverage here. Wants to get a bit more credit on this
Finally
stock.
gets the puddle set up.
And we do have the Beehive going right now.
Are we going to see another 3 billion IQ kill from the Puss with the Beehive? Doesn't look like
We're going
it.
to see a bit of a rogue up B, which wasn't quite well planned out. It's an easy punish from Treehugger. Second element of
Sounds strong.
Beehive is that if you throw it and you don't hit anyone, it goes on the stage, and the first person to run into it or move into it in any sort of way is who picks it up.
Doesn't parry the Cloud, unfortunately, here for the Puss, and gets rid of his own puddle. That might be actually big for Treehugger. But that's a big...
Finds the back air though,
Little
and
break.
just soars over the bumper.
Not quite able to find it. Treehugger down to their last stock.
Yep. And he'll use that ledge special as a mix-up. But definitely doable here for the Puss.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not that much percent to do. And sort of Treehugger kind of getting walled out by the bubbles right now. This is what you were saying. Very good use of puddle, very good use of bubbles from the Arcane player.
And it's
Putting
so...
on a ton of damage.
so much stuff on the left half of the platform there. So both players
always
just
cover
happy
this
to
though.
keep it to the right half. And Bumper, unfortunately, was aiming for the top side of it to be able to get back to stage without having access to the puddle. But in the end, is going to get sent to his demise. I'm pretty sure we could see a run back here for Game 2 on the training dojo.
Definitely could happen. We actually got some interesting information from production here that it was actually the Puss who added in both of our new to be seen items, the proximity mine and the beehive. Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, sorry, no, Tree Hugger
Yeah.
added them in. Sorry, I misspoke. Tree Hugger added them
Tree
in. It
Hugger was the
Puss
weird one.
opted for cheese, which is a bit of a dangerous gamble considering how good Trio has been with the item, but showed that he's also got some stuff with it. So we're seeing a lot of rogue picks from rogue players, which is lovely to see.
Now the boss gets to choose another item to get added. And will he go for something sort of like classic, like duplicator and cheese block? So maybe fish, maybe drill. And we are not going to run it back on the training dojo. Going to take Tree Hugger to Ops' hometown.
Yeah,
Let those
dangerous pick in my opinion. Like, I understand it helps with recovering and stuff, but this is Abs's mechanic given form as an item. I think Tree Hugger knows how to use it, and I think we'll be making very solid use of it.
Yeah, I don't think
Whenever
we've
they take one
seen
up.
the boss use orbs all that much in the previous set that was streamed of his. For now, it's looking like it's all Tree Hugger. That's looking like a pretty unfortunate counter pick indeed.
Tries to go in with the fair, but isn't able to find an angle here. Tree Hugger just holding it down with shield. Not getting caught out by any of this offense, but sent far off stage. Gets caught by the up air. Maybe the shock as well.
Whoa! No neutral air, unfortunately, but the boss putting in the percents.
It's good damage, and any down throw at this point is probably dead for the Absa.
That's a big find here from Tree Hugger. Not going to be able to get the up air juggle off of it. But yeah, that stage hazard that you were mentioning, although it helps with recovery, it also helps with like aerial extensions for Tree Hugger. So you've really got to be careful about going in that bed of clouds like that. But really good tech, preventing Tree Hugger from any sort of follow-up. In the end, you're going to get exploded by that proximity mine. This might be a 3-stock. Never mind, reverse F tilt does the job.
It is looking like a dangerous situation though for the Plus at this point. Still a whole stock down, and Trigger is putting on some serious damage here.
Oh,
Okay.
Ice Spike?
Yep, just down tilts, it's good damage. Up strong? No, doesn't opt for it. I feel like that was an easy Dacus there to pick up the puddle and then just use the extended up strong to catch him out, but still,
belly flop.
the Plus is not losing their advantage today. Could send into the proximity mine here. Yeah! Oh, just soars past it, doesn't activate in time.
Ref,
That's unfortunate, but
okay.
a great catch with the F strong.
And just like that, making slowly but surely a 3-stock comeback. Who would have thought?
Finds the
Ooh,
back
that's
end
bad
of the
DI.
up tilt.
Belly hanging on to DI life.
Has to be patient here.
If there's anyone to stay patient and composed and calm, you know, it's the boss. He's shown it in his set against Impato.
2 cheese hits, and we've got Ice Spike on deck as well. Puts him down.
That's really good.
He's saving him. Oh. Any other stage, and that is the boss just grabbing victory from the jaws of defeat. But there, it doesn't work out. The unique nature of the stage that he picked working against him.
Yeah. That's a call to pick something else for sure. But will his stubbornness lead him back to the same one? Well, let's figure it out. Let's see.
We'll have to see.
But yeah, you can never really count him out, can you? Just when it looked like Tree Hugger might get the 3-stock, the boss claws his way back, and we're gonna see Armada Fleet first in this evening. I don't know who it benefits most, to be fair, because on paper it's very good for Opsa, able to get lots of juggle with all of that aerial space, but that also means lots of spaces you can put the puddle on.
Yeah. It's
Just
an
how the
interesting thing for
platforms
sure.
stack on
We
top
should
of each
point out,
other.
by the way, Ice Spike went into a shield. This item is threefold in usage. That just throws Tree Hugger Shield for the whole of this stock. So shielding has become a bit dangerous for Tree Hugger. They're just going to have to put on the offense, I guess. Or opt into parry.
Yep.
Parry from the
What an
Buster. Great
insane parry! Are you kidding me?
Beautiful timing on that. Takes Tree Hugger stock immediately, but Tree Hugger answering back swiftly with the down strike.
Wow. Cheese is on deck. Have we seen what item that boss has added for this game yet? I don't think so.
It's a good question, actually.
Unfortunately,
Go
gets
into the proximity mine, wants to join the boss, just wants to hang out.
beautiful waveline grab mix-up. Catches him off guard. And no ice spike for you, sir.
Oh, I think
You'll
he
have
saw
to wait
Twill
for
at
the
one
next
point,
one. Ooh.
Ooh, special pummel again. The boss hasn't really been pressing B during these grab situations, and so it's a free special pummel. Pretty dangerous for Absa, but the boss is just going to chill out on this top side of the stage. Going to make it difficult for Trigger to approach here.
Gets the
Throws
beehive on
into-
Tree Hugger. But you're really close to the ceiling. What a puddle! Are you kidding me? That's the goal!
Dead at 30%. That is tough for Tree Hugger, who is caught completely unaware by the boss's unique option. Answers back
What?
once again, but that is not. This should not be an even game right now.
Yeah, the boss definitely hit some magic.
This is what I was saying. Quadruple lightning kick from Tree Hugger puts on 60% in the blink of an eye into the back air.
Boom! That's rough. Oh wow!
Beautiful stock from Tree Hugger.
But great showing from the boss as well. Like that was a pretty entertaining set.
That was a really, really fun show from both players. Even though it was a 3-0, it's not a 3-0 but close. It was definitively a Tree Hugger win. It was a great showing from the boss. He had so many ideas and so much fun stuff to show off. And I'm very, very excited to see what the boss will be able to do in the bracket next week. But in the meantime, we need to decide who our third place is going to be. Who is going to be the last person to join the main event?
Yep. Going to be Ninpato versus Ranporo, the elephant versus the lion, I'm pretty sure. Who's going to face that boss in losers final?
Nimpato is going to want some revenge along with that third place spot. But Ramporo just has even more to prove. Wants to make it all the way back to Tree Hugger and take this thing home, of course. So we'll have to see which conviction is stronger. The item picks, I think, are going to be very normal. We're going to see Cheese and Bumper. We are probably going to see Goopicator or Fish. And then it will be a fish pick like Collision Core or something.
Yeah, I was about to say Ninpato has shown he's a pretty big fan of Collision Cores.
Yeah. But we will have to see.
Yep. And if Ranporo ends up winning this one, oh, never mind. I was about to say he was seed 3, but he was actually seed 4. I don't know to which extent seeding was carefully done for this bracket, because, you know, in the end, it doesn't really matter all too much. Oh, yeah, no, Tree Huggers is seed 4, my bad. Forget I said anything then. But if we're looking at Ranporo's path, it's going to be Loxodons, and if he wins, it's going to be Orcane, and then Tree Huggers Absa. I don't know if he wants to train his Claren for the remainder of the bracket or not.
I think Zed's in a pretty good spot against all these characters, to be honest.
Especially Orcane.
Orcane is phenomenal for Zedburn, or well, Orcane's like to say that it's phenomenal for Zedburn. It's a contentious topic across the rest of the community.
Yeah.
And then Absa, Absas will also say it's terrible and completely unwinnable for Absa. So I think you're pretty comfortable with the Zedburn pick here.
Yeah.
We see Ramporo also just talking smack in the Twitch chat. Uh, not able to keep his words to himself. Focus on your set, bro. Yeah, focus up, please. Napata might take you for a spin if you're not all in on this set right now.
Oh, the lobby codes aren't working. Interesting. They will be eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah, in the meantime, just a quick reminder, all of this is for charity. This is for Stonewall UK, lovely organization helping out LGBTQ people across the UK, both minors and adults. Recently, they've been working towards rights for a gay couple to be parents legally, and they do just excellent work for very important causes that I think are near and dear to a lot of the Rivals community's hearts. And so, if you have anything to spare, please go and throw them. Even just £5 would be massive. We've got a £1,000 donation goal to reach. We are already 50% of the way there, and every little bit helps to get all the way there.
Yep.
Apparently there's been a last-second update that Dan Finesi has decided to ship, ruining.
Yeah,
the experience.
they've been dropping those on us lately.
Oh well, these must. Just a couple of notes on a Stonewall donation and what it can do, in case you're worried about your donation kind of being nebulous. With £25, it allows them to supply an entire football team with rainbow laces to symbolize sport in everyone's game, normalizing LGBTQ for the whole of the sporting community. £50 can enable them to provide an e-learning module to new schools or colleges and show staff how to tackle LGBTQ phobic bullying head on. £100 can help them pay and reward participants of their Young Futures focus groups. These groups allow people to produce reports on issues encountered by LGBTQ young people in schools and also getting into the workplace. Any setting or service can then use the insights to understand lived experiences and then work to ensure that all these organizations are LGBTQ inclusive. With $250, you can enable trained experts to deliver an in-person trans allies program to a professional organization, giving them the knowledge, tools, and confidence to champion trans inclusion at work. Trans rights have been a bit of a hot topic in the UK recently. There's been a lot of pushback against it, so the £250 is massive for organisations like these, and £500 can support 1 month's worth of costs for Stonewall to meet with MPs, institutions, and other stakeholders to lobby them around crucial legislation like a ban on harmful practices like conversion therapy. So please, if you are interested at all in any of these things, or just when you hold these causes near and dear to your heart, please consider donating, because as you've heard, all of these incentives really go to a phenomenal place.
Yeah, I really like that they provide us with this information, very, very transparent. And if you're at all, adamant about helping LGBTQ plus people, like this is really, really good. This sounds really good, and you can be sure that your money is definitely well spent. You know towards what kind of stuff it is going. So any penny could do a huge difference if you're so inclined. And if you don't have the finances to justify a donation towards Stonewall, even sharing the initiative is more than enough.
Yep. Share the initiative, share the charity around, and share the tournament around with your friends, anyone who you think could help. Obviously, not everyone has the money to donate. It's very understandable, especially in these times. But it's also important to show unity and togetherness in these times for everyone.
Yep.
So yeah, it is a wonderful experience. We're having a wonderful tournament with these items, and it's going to a phenomenal place.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. Apparently, game has been updated successfully for Hokore. So any minute now, we should be able to get back into lobby creation and eventually go into that losers semi set.
Yep. Apparently, it's a new intro. I'm wondering if it's the GUI trailer from Evo, perhaps.
or if it's something entirely new they've cooked up.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait until the end of the bracket to see for ourselves.
Oh, the pre-top 8 trailer. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh, it's
Very cool.
that? That was a crazy video. I really liked
Yeah,
it.
that's pretty awesome.
With also featuring some music from what's the artist's name? Someone who makes music for lots of like Evo Top 8 intros.
Yeah,
Really-
I saw their name across a bunch of them.
I think it starts with a Z, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I think it's Zaitabani. I think that's them.
Sure, the Rivals account.
Zaitabani, yeah.
Yes,
Thank you, Meadow.
the lyrics by Zaitabani. Matthew Jarmigan from Undecided Future as vocalist, and Nitrophone and Alex V. I think Alex V was behind pretty much every single one.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big name.
Of the Evo trailers. Yeah, they looked great.
Yep. The one track I really liked from Zaitabani was one for Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising from, I think it was 2024, I believe. Track's called
they do
Danger.
that every year?
Maybe, yeah. It's not their first
That's
year.
cool.
So yeah, go listen to more of their music. It's really cool. So do we know who made the actual like 3D animation, the actual video?
Great question.
Because it was really, really well made. I might want to take a closer look into that regard. Now, when I boot up the game, I might not even want to get past the title screen. I'm gonna just let it run.
Yeah, the video editor was JDMH. 3D animators were Income Tax, which is a name I know from the Ultimate scene. Hubstropy and Mosquito, and the generalists were again JDMH and Income Tax.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Income Tax was known for some really fire graphics of like a lot of top 8s from Ultimate days. They do phenomenal work. But Hikari is in. I think Renporo is in. I'm hoping that Nipato is in. We should be able to get this game underway very shortly.
Sounds like a set to me, yeah. All right, here we are. Nipato versus Renporo. No surprise here on the character picks, obviously. And so we were guessing that we were going to see maybe collision course from Nipato and probably Boomerang plus Fish, the classic vanilla melee combo from Renporo, which leaves a 4th item slot. Maybe Duplicator, maybe Cheese. Engaging it's going to be one of those.
Yeah.
Unless we get crazy variants and suddenly it's going to be Platform Spawner plus Vine Wrap plus the awful Tornado Toss. That would be pretty funny.
Tornado Toss.
I'm
we might not
sure.
see it in the LCQ, but next week someone's picking Tornado.
I'm really like, I'm dying to see what Gothix is going to pick because that guy's just so goofy. And Metaben donating 30 euros, apparently, if I'm reading things correctly. Oh, we're in.
Anyway, on Julesville Skyline to start with. This is a stage we've only seen once so far, and it was Renporo that maybe picked against Treehugger.
The bumpers. Ren tries to DI away from it, which means he's going to be sent to the side. Beautiful combo from Nipato. Are you kidding me? Edge guard situation? Fumbles a little bit, but...
Yeah, if that was a short hop there instead of full hop, that was an easy punish and could have been great damage, but it's a good start from Nipato.
Only
Needs to make
solid
it back on
start.
stage now. Goes high. Up B essentially, like, if you go high up B, you essentially cover the whole platform here. I think this is a very potent stage for locks.
Yeah, this was what I was thinking when I saw the the Don Cascone Don challenge is I was like, if I do get to play, I'm definitely picking that stage because I can get a lot of mileage from doing up B. But unfortunately, Ledgehog coming in clutch for Renparo. Armored Core, though, Collision Core, 180%, no way you're surviving that. And things are going to get back to even.
To throw the bumper up instead of do any sort of bigger setup here. Maybe just not wanting that much stage control. But yeah, I think it's really within expectations so far. We've seen Collision Core and Bumper. Have we seen any other item? It might have just been these two.
It's just been these two. And it might be both of Npato's items. Again, another set of Collision Cores.
Do we know if Rimporo picked items? Do we know if that's allowed in the rules to not pick items? Because
maybe that's just bad at RNG, you know?
That's looking pretty familiar right now. That's another bumper off to the left. Ooh, brilliant parry there. And Nimpato just getting a bit too lazy with the swings downwards, and Rimporo is going to catch that out and find the up strong. It is now to Nimpato to bridge the gap, but how do you approach the center burn right now? I don't think you can. So yeah, Ren's going to go in instead.
So regarding that item pick debate, I think I saw Nailax ask, what happens if both players want the same item to be picked?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened there.
I would assume it should still just be 4 items in general and someone picks different ones. But I don't know, because this is crazy RNG if there are 4 items.
Yeah, statistically there's no way. That makes no sense. I think it might just be these 2 items. There you go, yeah, another set of Collision Cores.
And that's not quite going to see it out.
Ooh! Nice and simple edge guard.
One does it.
Choose your rival.
Okay, well, perhaps this next stage will be adding, this next game will be adding 3 items, because that was definitely just 2. Could have been a mistake in setup or something. But all the same, Renporo taking that quite confidently there. It was a brilliant start from Nimpato, but kind of lost steam, and Renporo was putting on the aggression while also mixing in some very clean parries to take away the collision cores and also stop Nimpato from coming down with aerials or up B or any sort of thing like that.
Yeah, Ren definitely showing some acclamation to these wacky items. But that game start from Nimpato was also pretty clean, so let's not count him out just yet. We might see a run back. I don't really know.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I think there's a lot of good reason to pick that stage.
Apparently, someone whose name we're not going to say accidentally removed Ren's item picks. But in the end, he did win the first game, so I guess it's not much of an issue.
Yeah, still worked out for him in the end. But yeah, we'll be seeing 3 items added to the pool this game then, which should be a good amount of variance here.
Yeah, we like to see different items being used.
Training dojo.
We're going to go to Training Dojo. Is that a first for Nimpato? No, that's not a first. He did go there against the boss.
But we know that Nimpato loves this stage, right? Because more bumpers.
Yeah, you can also like interrupt up B with bumpers.
Ooh, great parry from Ren, who's going to get some nice damage here.
Ooh, not quite sure I agree with that double jump decision from Nimpato. Ren doesn't really get a punish here on that parry, unfortunately for him. Bumper is set, and we got drills as well, apparently.
Yeah, we got drills, we got boomerang. Perhaps one more element we're still missing here. Oh, the bumper sends Ren spiraling down, and Ren's not able to recover that.
Beautiful edge guard. No grab here on the up strong. Wasn't quite sure the spacing allowed for it. Boomerang into up strong. The air dodges out of it, and the bumper is going to save him. And collision calls are on. Hits him twice, and the bumper is not going to save you that much for that long.
Uses the invincibility to tank the collision call with parry. That was nice.
Yeah, pretty smart.
Ren is spamming down air right now.
That's his other gameplay, I know.
Ooh,
Back throws into the drill.
Oh,
Nimpata goes a bit too short range with it. I think you could have just kept going and found a dash attack or something. But it's a cool
Maybe,
setup.
yeah. Yeah, ever since those 5 extra frames of Endlight have been added to Upstrong, it's actually not too hard to whiff punish, even with Magma.
Agreed. That was a very big change.
That's the only
Well,
noticeable
by the drill
change,
again.
though.
Ren has shown some pretty
Hmm.
poor awareness of the drill so far in this tournament, I would say. Ah, there we go. That's the cheese. That's our last item.
We're missing. That's the 5th element.
We have Collision Core on deck. Ren's going to look for a parry here to get rid of them. But gets caught out off stage. That's a lot of damage on Ren all of a sudden. Ren on their last stock is in a bit of a perilous position.
Yeah, I really
Drill
like.
out. Drill pushes Ren away. I don't know if it's
Damn.
recoverable.
Damn, that's a 2-stock. Really clutch stage counter pick from Nimpata for sure.
Yeah, excellently used. Between the drills and the bumpers, it kind of looked like Ren was just thrown for a complete spin there.
That was
Wasn't
day and
able
night,
to
yeah, on
read
the
what
item
was doing.
usage. That was all Nimpata's this game. But now that you've got, you know, an item pool that's already so explosive and so dangerous, if you're allowed to add one item, what do you even pick? Because if you go for something really tame, will that even matter? And if you go for something more explosive, will that not benefit your opponents? That's actually such a tough decision to make.
It could blow up in your face for sure. I think you can just, I think my mentality with items is just, the flea with a lollipop in that I Love Bear hat,
Yeah.
which is, I like the items that are fun. Oh my gosh.
Crucial
We
miss.
see an interaction that I really wasn't expecting to see in this entire bracket.
Yeah, how do you even go under that?
Yeah, with the way that Harbor works with its unique floor, Drill, when thrown down, can actually push you underneath because it traps you underneath and then spikes you downwards.
Takes you to the forbidden
Nimpata not
zone.
ready for that, is getting hurt, and Ren has opted into duplication. The
Oh,
Goopa
yeah.
a very,
Oh, yeah.
very odd item, but it's clearly working out for Ren right now. He's able to set up and put a lot of damage down with it, leading into the collision core, and this is such a fast game so far for Ren, who is leading with strides at the moment.
Has he even lost a game on that stage? Wasn't the game that he won against Treehugger on Frozen Harbor as well?
I think so, and he also won a game against Lorraine, friend against Brad.
Against Brad, yeah.
Working out very well for Ren so far.
Looking to repeat history here.
Parries the drill going into it and reverses it entirely. And now Nimpata is still on fire, still needs to find a way to land. Ren, all they have to do is either find an edge guard here or just send them spiraling upwards. Collision Core could be the tool to do it with. No.
Big parry
Collision
here.
Core, though, Ren's got it now.
No fear.
Nimpata misses his parry. And Ren's going to start setting up these Goopicators. Starting to react quicker and quicker. The explosions are soon. Nimpata's got to find a way out of this situation. Stuck
Nope.
there.
Duplication's gonna do it.
That's a clean 3-stock here from Renporo. And yeah, the moment he's the one to actively use the item more than his opponent does, then that's when he gains control of the game and is able to win them. I'm seeing Monjartist asking in the chat, how many players in the LCQ are going to qualify for tomorrow's bracket? It's the top 3, so essentially this is the tiebreaker set to decide whether Renporo or Nimpato is going to be the third one to go to the main event. The two guaranteed players being Treehugger and Dapus.
Yeah, a lot on the line for Nimpata right now. This is his tournament lifeline, and if he loses this, it's straight out of the LCK and the Invitational for next week. We're gonna
Bold
go
counter
to,
pick.
We're gonna go to
This Aetherian version of Tempest Peak.
Thunderous Peak.
Thunderous Peak. And we'll see what Nimpata can do with it. I think when previously chosen, it didn't work out too well for the Loxodon. And right now, Ren is still putting on the hurt. No signs of slowing down for the Belgians at Ren.
Oh yeah.
Great
Ooh.
side B though.
Yeah, that was aggressive. Gets another one for good measure. extension to the back air, throws the boomerang to cover recovery high, is able to cover lower heights with forward air as well. That's really good for Ninpato with the orb explosion. Are you kidding me? What an edge guard sequence.
Beautiful setup from Nipato there, who actually throws the Bramble item down. This is the first time we're seeing Maple's wrap item.
Yeah.
Or is it
How
second?
excited are
it's
you
the
as a
first
Maple
one.
player?
I love this item, man, because it's just wrap but longer. Like, quite a bit longer.
Yeah.
And that was my suggestion, because I was like, for the same reward, it's a bit lackluster as an item. They stacked on some time on that, and it is a beautiful thing. You can set up for whatever you want with it. And Nipato did well to get some damage out of it, but Ren's answering back cleanly here.
Yeah.
Ooh! Nice little catch off the bumper there. Ren continuing the pressure with down airs. This is some great awareness.
Get sent
Bring
to
him
the
straight back
bumper.
into the game, and Nipato
wow.
is getting bullied right now.
That's a toughie. That's a tough combo to get out of. Fortunately for
Collision Core's lifespan probably
Ninpato,
running out shortly. Yeah, there we go. Collision Cores are down, and they just reappear immediately. Ren finds a down throw up strong, and is going to get a restock of these, but Nipato's just going to use invincibility to weather the storm. Ren,
that was
though,
pretty much a 0 to death though. And the goop is getting set up. Gonna detonate any moment soon. There it is.
detonates
Up
in Ren's
air.
hand, so Ren takes a bit of damage there. Can we find a backer off this hit? No. Can't find anything off the down air here either. Ren's given opportunity to do a bit more damage here. You really want to close out this stock as Nipato.
Because collision cores have to be really careful if you're Ninpato, but a great parry, and that's gonna be a shield break. Easy neutral B there.
What a setup from Nipato there. Got wrap on deck. Down air. Doesn't quite go off the platform.
Right. Now's where you make all your money if you're Renporo. You gotta cling on to that lead that you've secured yourself. Is that it? Not quite. Great parry to displace the bumper. Forward throw into the bumper, no extension. But that up strong into the bumper once more and make that twice. What a get-up attack. So well timed here from Ninpato.
Expertly
And hang up.
timed, yeah.
The percents are racking up slowly but surely. That's a fully charged up strong here on the Zetaban.
That's got some duration on it. Ooh, back up. Misses the grab. Finds the up strong. No!
that was
Just
it.
Doesn't let it go in time.
Was it?
Ren trying to mix.
Yeah, just shield it. But no tech, unfortunately. Almost making it to a Game 5 situation. But in the end, Renporo is going to secure that third spot for the main event. Going into losers final, great showing from Ninpato throughout the evening. Damn, what a rule set! This is fun, way more fun than I
This is
anticipated.
Incredible.
Yeah, I actually might boot up the game and play some casual games myself after this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know if this doesn't motivate you to hop on a little bit of items. I don't know what does, because this is just peak, man. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
exactly what I was hoping for from this. But this is the level of gameplay I was expecting next week. I wasn't expecting all of these tricks coming out from the last chance qualifier, but this has been stunning gameplay, especially in the last few sets. And I think it's only going to get better here with Renporo and Depus in the losers final. And I
Yeah,
think
now-
also our players are having a phenomenal time with this, right? I'm seeing nothing but praise for the rule set and exclamations of how fun this bracket's been so far. So I am really happy with how this has all gone down. Huge props to Corey for putting this on, and huge thanks to Napoleon
Definitely,
for just
yeah.
coming with a raid of 8.
Yep. Hello, Ninpato viewers.
Hope everyone here is excited for the losers and subsequently the grand finals of this tournament. Only 2 or 3 more sets to go before we crown our winner of the LCQ. But that is Renporo decidedly in the main event next week. So congratulations
Yeah.
to him.
Congrats, Ren. Although, do we know if actually winning tonight's bracket is actually worth anything more than just bragging rights? Because is it gonna be round robin? Does seeding matter at all?
Something on the home page, or of course, production could inform us herself. I'm not sure.
No, yeah, it's going to be a double elimination bracket. So maybe getting a good seed will benefit you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I presume the people coming in from the LCQ will be amongst the bottom seeds of the main event, and you definitely do not want to be going up against Dia or Naelax or Dan Cascone or General round one. So if
But
you can avoid that, you
to be
should.
fair, in a 20+ person bracket, if you're like among the bottom 3 seeds, does it really matter which one of the 3 you are?
That's a good point. I mean, there is also an argument based on the performances today that they could be seated above some of the people already in the bracket. I think that could be reasonable because
Maybe,
we do have
yeah.
some. For the most part, I believe the goal was to include all of the PR players.
Yep.
But some of the PR players are a little bit out of practice, and some of the PR players won't have messed around with items too much. So, when seeing how good some of these players are with items, I think there is a definitive argument that they could be going higher, and that this performance still can benefit them in some way.
I see.
Training dojo.
All the same, bragging rights aren't bad either. As we go over to the first game on Treetop Lodge here.
Yeah, definitely no stranger to this stage, both of these players.
Yeah, this is definitely a fan favorite start so far, but I assure you I will not be picking this stuff next week, man.
And last time Ren went to that stage, it was against Nimpato, and he was having a little bit of trouble getting back to the stage, was getting edgeguarding by all of these bumpers. I don't know if Dapos is going to try to play into those same weaknesses as Nimpato did. For now, just happy to keep stage control, play very patient on that bottom half of the stage. And cheese combo, love to see it. No puddle, be careful though, that's gonna be a ledge hog, alright.
Yeah, I think a slightly accidental ledge hog, to be honest. I don't believe Dapos was looking to get off stage with that, but it works out in the end.
We take those.
Oh, goes underneath the stage with side B. Forced to use up B to get back on. Down throw up strong. Yeah,
Nah,
you need to be quick on that reaction.
Not the TI you were looking for. Ren evening the stocks back up. And we already see bumpers. Immediate parry here from Ren. Definitely getting accustomed to all of these items. And we also have Boomerang on the table, apparently.
Yeah, I think Boomerang's been a favorite of Ren's in pretty much every single set we've seen Boomerang played, so I would gander that it is the hazard a guess that it is the Zeta Burn that has been choosing that.
Then Boomerang down toss really doesn't go too far, does it?
No, not at all. It's pretty hard to use effectively. Ooh, but this setup has a lot of damage on Ren right now. I think taking like near 50 from all the hazards up there. Soars over the bumpers, but is still eating damage from them. It is now the boss who has kind of been caged away here. Forced to use the puddle. Caught by the upstrong, but just about living it.
And no puddle because of that parry on the droplet. He eventually will land. Don't worry about it.
I think it was a choice to not land, for the record. I think he was aiming for the
exact same DI here on the upstrong. You want to DI that slightly more out if you want to get hit by that left bumper. Regardless, Ren now on the lead here.
Finds the up air, but Ren's going to go straight into the bumper.
Yep. Not quite yet. Have to work a bit more hard for that one. Ren getting an edge guard of his own, and there's no bumpers in the way, so that's a bit more of his territory. He knows what to do. Who gets to live, who gets to die? No one.
The duplicators creating a lot more mess at this top side of the stage. Side B comes out, but Ren is once again saved. And
yeah,
then
almost gets it.
Beautiful punish.
Almost gets the DI into the bumper to make it out alive, but in the end, Ren finally vanquishing his training dojo demons and taking game 1 here on that stage. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, very great stuff from Renparo, who is looking to bring it all the way back, like he proclaimed after he lost to Triago.
Armada fleet.
And so far, we've seen some pretty exotic counterpicks from the boss, and he is indeed going to go back to that Armada fleet that he tried against Trihugger. Did not end up, going his way, but he definitely showed that he has some tricks up his sleeve, notably waiting for that very, very topmost platform and trying to get a kill off the top. But against Zetaban, that's going to be a risky play, so I'm not sure we're going to see that exact same thing here. Ooh!
Oh,
The puddle ends
lag
up
from the
betraying him.
puddle. He can't
At
get
first
out of it. Meanwhile, Remporo finds a ship that he can jump onto.
Yeah, that was wild. At first, it looked like Ren was not going to make it, and the Pus was, but in the end, it was the exact opposite. And no puddle. That's another stock gone, just like that. The Pus's counterpick definitely not working in his favor for now. But hey, no, you've got that Ice Spike into downstrong, beautiful. Eventually, going to take the kill off that DI. That Pus back in the race.
This could be dangerous for both players here. We're going to see a back throw.
Yeah.
Makes it back on with a fair.
Hops
got
onto the
puddle
forward
down.
strong.
Pop it. I think popping puddle here is just too risky. I think you've got to just always have puddle on stage.
Oh,
It's
100%,
it's
yeah.
too dangerous.
Yep.
You're just going to have to give up on using it offensively because the implications defensively are too strict. That is a frozen shield. DePos has to play the rest of this game with a frozen shield now. This is a bit of a scary situation for your game.
Maybe that's a better outcome though, because 89% you knew you were going to get kill confirmed if you got stunned by it. Ooh, barely doesn't get F-stronged here by Zetaban. Yeah. Just run away. Renporo just will SD for that.
Ren gets bored and kills himself. That's classic, to be honest.
Seen that one too many times. Like Duplicator is on. It finally gets the up strong. Yeah. Even on a bottom platform, that would have killed 100%. Renporo 2-0. Are you going to run it back on Armada Fleet, or are you going to go for another wacky pick?
Choose your rival.
Tough decision to make if you're the boss, because essentially you have to win 3 games in a row. 2 of those being on Ren's eventual counter pick. So your choice
situation
definitely
is
matters a whole lot here. And it looks like he's going to run it back. To be fair, he kind of got robbed here for first stock. Maybe if you're a little bit more wary of where your puddle sits, then you won't get killed as easily by the moving platforms. Oh, never mind. Going to Thunderous Peak in the end. And that's a double orb, actually. Ren starting it up. Gonna get the double jump off of the Arcane. And no puddle. Never mind. I forgot it was sitting there the whole time. Diego gets another forward throw.
It looked like the boss got hit twice there by the... Oh my gosh.
There
it's
it
the tornado.
is.
And you're dead for it. You're
Don't
dead
jump
for
into
your
it. Don't jump into it, man.
Go
What
up,
are you
go
doing?
up. And that is both players dead.
Why would you jump into it?
I don't know if Ren knows what a tornado is.
Well, now he surely knows. But that's the play here from the pulse. You want to knowledge check the heck out of Ren here if you want to squeeze a game and eventually maybe win the set. So Tornado Toss is definitely a good pick in that regard. But regardless, no Tornado to speak of so far on stock 2. Beautiful edgeguard situation here for Renporo. Gets the stomp into the up air. No, gets the bumper instead. Maybe that's not what he was looking for. Bit of a weird parry attempt. But yeah.
Down throw and then great timing on that. Up air as well. And yeah.
No.
And the boss runs in. Wave Shining does not do that much damage in this game, buddy, but it looked kind of cool.
So technical.
She set up. I wonder if Ren could have just charged up strong there and sealed this game out, but I don't think it's going to take much more from the Belgian Zetaban at this point. This is a big lead. The boss has to find a way back in, but the bumper is preventing his access. In essence, Ren off. And you can't even get anything offensively started because he's always got this electric shield around him, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful dash shield.
Tornado.
Another
careful.
tornado. Yeah, just wait it out. Stay patient. No, wait, what are you air dodging? Oh my god. Okay, the pause. You're scaring me, man. 170%. That's kind of hard. And he somehow manages to DI right to the side of that
Right,
active bumper.
right.
The Puss not quite able to do it. Ren just had too much of a lead and used it too effectively.
Choose your
And
right.
after falling in winners semi-finals, Ren has clawed his way back all the way to loser's side of Grands.
Yep. Going to fight a familiar face here in Tree Hugger, who's been
Yeah.
sitting here for a little bit now and is ready to run the run back essentially in a very
I hope he knows
favorable
there was an
manner.
update.
Hmm?
I hope he knows there was an update.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna have to sit there for another like 15 minutes of them updating their game. Would be pretty funny.
Congratulations to the Puss though. Third place, still a very respectable placement in the end, and
Yeah.
does guarantee that we will be seeing him again next week in the main event, where hopefully he can put on even more of a show.
And since this is essentially for bragging rights, right?
Yeah.
And Treehugger is sitting on winner's side. Do you think we're going to see some character counterpick from them? Are we going to see the locks? Are we going to see the Slade?
Maybe. If the first set goes wrong for Treehugger, I think there's a potential Slade counter pick, perhaps. But right now, I think he's very comfortable in the absolute. It was doing so well for her that I really can't see them being that motivated to switch off at the moment.
Yep. You're right. I agree. Plus, I think, I think the opposite kind of works well with the item play. I mean, they've definitely shown that they're able to use it very well in conjunction with all the kill moves from Opsa. Oh, there we go. Big screen here, grand finals.
Yeah. Grand finals by LCK. Get excited. Because we could be in for the long haul here. We've seen Renporo only get better and better as this bracket goes on, and Treehugger has been the best player so far, but it is touching distance. Renporo could ascend past them if given the opportunity.
Oh yeah, definitely
We'll
in
have to see.
contention to get the bracket reset for sure. Not going to change character, just going to change skins here. So we are dead set on using the Opsa, at least for this bit, for the game one, for this set one, presumably. And what is this stage? It is Training Dojo, once more. A fan favorite, for sure.
Renporo sent immediately off stage there by Absol.
Or Crystal.
Crystal!
Crystal Spike, that's the first. And I guess chucked off
We've
stage,
seen
unfortunately.
almost all
But
available items now at this point. I think we are genuinely...
we haven't
just
seen
missing
Bomb
item frame
Balloon
and the bomb balloon.
and the platform spawner.
And the
But that's
platform
it.
spawner, yeah, good point.
Because Phoenix Feather is banned in this event.
Yeah.
So we're never going to see it anyway. But
So Ice Spike and Drill. These are two items we haven't seen too much in openings.
yep.
Oof, beautiful conversion of the Nair there. Brent's gonna have to do something to recover, but Pity Flip will not be the option.
Yeah, doesn't even have to spend the item there, just kind of waits it out. Oh, so that's how it works.
Yes.
I wasn't sure.
Crystal Spike is an interesting item. If you throw it at the opponent, it crystallizes them like Olympia does. But
Yeah.
if thrown at the ground, it creates a shockwave that appears instantly across the whole surface that sends them up.
I see.
Very versatile. That's why I was
Yeah.
expecting to see more of it, to be honest. There's so many use cases.
Definitely a good item to have on like those bigger stages like Thunderous Peak, I assume. Okay, Ren slowly but surely going to claw his way through that first stock of Tree Huggers.
We've
And
seen
now
a
it's
lot of
basically
special gear
back
from
to
Tree
even.
Hugger. It's a bit interesting option to use as like one of your go-to tech options because it's so slow. The reward on hit is quite good, but it's really risky to opt into, in my opinion. As many
Yeah.
special gaps can be.
It's also something it's done in the winners set, like winners round 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's a very, very peculiar choice indeed. It's so far working
Got a lot of
in their
cheese on
favor.
deck. Bumper's going to get run out of any sort of confirm, but now they have to make it back on stage. He does so, and is continuing the pressure on Tree Hugger. Tree Hugger looking for an upstrong there, not going to find it. The Waveland upstrong could have been scary there. Finds the downstrong, but brilliant DI from Ren.
Interesting. Finally
Nice
gets
spike.
the crystallization that they were looking for. Bumper extension, back throw. Yeah, that's not DIable. You're gone.
Great tech chase from Tree Hugger.
It started, falls off the platform with the down strong. Unfortunate for Tree Hugger. Ren still in the race, gets the bumper here.
Still has a drill as well.
Yeah. Is looking to capitalize
Fair,
on it.
yeah.
Yep, beautiful.
Throws the ice spike up. Still not ice spike, crystal spike up. Still not sure what to do with it, I think.
It's fine. Boomerang, beautiful up B angle from Renporo, able to avoid that mix-up altogether. Just holds onto that cheese. There's a series of Nair exchanged from both players. Not gonna get much of the off of the crystallization, and now you're off stage. I'm pretty much sure that's not gonna be a ledge hog quite yet. And Tree Hugger, careful, you might fall a little too quick because of the bumpers. But that's a pretty good position. All right. Let's not get the extension that they were looking for.
Tree Hugger's really struggling to close out this stock. We're seeing a lot of like random smash attacks to maybe do it, but it's not working out. Ren is not giving them the option.
Yeah, this might be a Ren game one, I'm not gonna lie.
This could be really dangerous. Finds the up tilt, not going to do it. Tech
Back
chase,
throw.
bumpers.
Yep.
Up air.
Finds the up air. There it is. And caught in between bumpers. Nothing you can really do here if you're in Poro. And that's game one going to go to Tree Hugger. Making the reset all the more difficult here for Renporo.
Yeah, it's not a great start when you're wanting to get into this. And Tree Hugger clearly, even though spent so much time waiting, is not at all off. It is clearly still on, it's clearly still warmed up, and it's bringing the pain to Renporo right now.
Mm-hmm.
Treetop Bridge.
Ooh, Treetop Bridge. Interesting. First time we're going to see this. So, a stage with walk-offs. And also, you can see the plants in the background is going to target players periodically, like this. Which deals a decent amount of knockback. Or at least, like, it has a decent amount of knockback growth. So, when you're sitting at those higher percents, it's going to be really hard to react to. So, essentially, you want to shield it. But that makes you susceptible to your opponent just grabbing you,
Yeah.
which is really scary. Ooh, dashes into the bite here.
Yeah, very dangerous for Tree Hugger. Does not find the Nair Bear there. Looking for a tech chase. Throw transferred over to Tree Hugger as he gets it. Red now looking to hold on. And yeah, Tree Hugger's not going to be able to survive that.
What's also really scary about that is that the delay between the moment you're marked and the moment you're getting attacked is random, I'm pretty sure. So it's really hard. You always have to be on your toes, and it's really hard to react to. So you kind of have to hold shield if you really don't want to get hit, which is also a scary situation altogether.
The interesting thing about 1v1s though is that you can just, if it's on you, you can just stick on your opponent. Even if you can't transfer over, if you're both getting hit, it's the same deal really. And it is
trying
just an
to-
immediate shield break.
Yeah. He tried to go for the parry, but it's obviously really, really difficult. It's basically a gamble at this point. You're not going to react to that. Drill gets set up.
Doesn't quite confirm.
Ooh, that would have been it. Yeah, F-throw.
And now it's
now
kind of
you
stuck
can-
on him and there's no way to transfer over. Gonna get bitten. Not gonna die though, Zeta burn, fast faller, and pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to
She's
camp
over on the
that.
side, but it just despawned and the back
Side,
air, the
yeah.
cloud pop back air is gonna be too difficult for Empora to invade. Smartly baited by Tree Hugger, and now Empora's taking serious damage from these setups here.
Just notice Crystal Spike is going to be really, really effective on that stage if you do get, you know,
Yeah.
the ground pop.
Yeah.
We saw it, but it
Covers the entire
didn't
thing.
end up going through.
Oh, an F till 2 is his
Oh,
transfer over, and then
beautiful
Core-
conversion! That's using the stage to the best of your ability. That's working in tandem with the plant.
That is
Beautiful
excellent
play.
by Tree Hugger. That's a beautiful play.
1 billion IQ question mark?
Choose your
I
right.
think so.
That's already a 2-0 though. Very, very precarious position here for Emporo. Basically gonna be on your tournament game for 3 games straight, and then you're gonna have to win another set altogether. That's rough. And that's a very comfortable position for Tree Hugger. The counter pick is gonna be very, very important. Because you know you can't really take Tree Hugger to a stage that they don't know, that they're not familiar with, because they've just proven to us that they can work with anything. So let's see.
Yeah.
Ren pondering.
Yeah, he's Red Poro wandering right now. I'm not sure what to pick. I mean, the card pick was just used even better by Tree Hugger, so
Ooh.
maybe you're back to... Oh, I mean, Ice Station
Sure.
banned. So we're on Merchant Shore. Oh, God.
Yep.
This is the stage of all time.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with it, that shark is going to bite you intermittently, and that's already a stock, that easy ledge hogger.
Tree Hugger is immaculate at confirming lightning kicks off of stage hazards. It is just so consistent from them, and I'm so impressed.
Yeah.
There's not
And
miss a
also-
beat.
And not just confirming of those hazards, just like being aware of them and not falling to the trap of getting bitten by the shark or getting bitten by the plants themselves. Like, they're just really good at surviving when Renporo is just getting knowledge checked, really. So it's something Tree Hugger's been really able to capitalize on. Shark's gonna get
He
Ren
chose
here.
the tornado.
Tornado!
I
Interesting.
don't think Ren knows enough about tornado to choose the tornado.
Tree Hugger's just
Oh my
surviving.
gosh. Yeah, so this stage has a few interesting properties for those not super familiar. The sides of all of these platforms, the sides of the top platform is ledge grabbable, so you can do a lot of weird ledge stuff with the invincibility. And the water, once you enter it, makes you more floaty. It changes the nature of your gravity and your fall speed. So, for a character like Absa, who has a lot of air stalls, she can stall for even longer.
Yeah,
So
that's
stuff
what
like
we've
the
seen.
shark and tornadoes, like these big stage hazards, they're not really that much of a concern for her.
Yeah, it really goes to show how much Tree Hugger has done their research. And once again, stalling in those waters. And Renporo can't really
Who's
do
this
anything
guy
about
play
it.
items with, man? Like this is ball knowledge. This is serious studying, and I've never seen Trioga play items casually in my life.
Yeah, this is
Straight into the drill. Ren's off stage. The shark comes in with the assist though. Tornado misses the platform, so it won't be in use.
special get up
Shark is
not coming through this
assisting
time.
Ren a lot here. There's a lot of damage coming out from it. Oh, but the special pummel into the cloud pop. There, maybe not quite. Good DI from Ren.
But at this point, you're just surviving. You're just trying to hold on to your life as much as you can. Beautiful upstrong though, and now that's also no double jump, I believe, on Opsa. But the shark tries to assist Tree Hugger there. Edgeguard situation. Cheese pressure. Gets back thrown for his troubles. The DI is good enough to survive for now, but 139% next back throw might kill here on side platform. There it is.
Let's
Does
see.
it kill?
Not quite.
Alrighty
Big
then,
stage.
chat room. Oh, beautiful conversion.
What a setup.
Excellent stuff.
Sour Dare into the up strong. That is just complete domination from Tree Hugger. We talked a lot game about Renporo, and Tree Hugger has just killed all of those concerns. That was pretty dominant.
That's
From-
perfection.
Yeah, one of the arguably the best European abs. It's very contentious between him and Drip and Glyph at the moment. But just a
Yeah.
phenomenal player in general, and clearly a very, very adept items player who I think everyone next week needs to be looking out for.
100%. I'm very, very much agreeing on everything you said. And yeah, next Saturday is gonna be a very, very promising and entertaining event. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that one. In the meantime, I don't know if we've got much left to say. I don't know if Hikari wants to step in herself. I don't know what's gonna happen now that Grand Finals is over with.
The floor is hers, if not. Ah, very nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
I might as well jump in, I guess. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming along. I'm not gonna add myself visually, but yeah, honestly, yeah, thank you everyone for coming along. This went a lot better than I could have ever expected. But yeah, I guess, is there anything else you two would like to say?
I mean, if I'm available to, I would love to be able to commentate next week's bracket. Zenati, on the other hand, you're going to be competing in it, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
I am going to compete, and I think I'm going to lose because I don't know if I'm as good as Tree Hugger.
I was going to say, how scared are you after seeing their gameplay? That's going to be a little.
I've played with a lot of these
stressful.
top Europeans when items were first getting added into the game back in beta. We did a lot of these little fun sessions, but I think the level has gone up so much since it released to the public, and that like I might just have to like seriously grind. I might be pinging people just for items 1v1s this week to sort of get my game on, because I think we're gonna see. I think next week's gonna be absolute cinema, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Also, thank you in chat for showing the fact that I can't spell things and accidentally added 3 E's to Tree Hugger's tag. But alright, regardless, yeah, again, I mean, yeah, this was already, with only 7 entrants, an amazing event. I'm really looking forward to next week. With that, I won't be hosting the stream next week, but you can catch me commentating, as we'll be having our very own redeck on production next week. But apart from that, yeah, I mean, yeah, this was just so good, and I obviously knew this would be a really fun rule set. Obviously, there was some growing pains at the start there when it came to, you know, learning and enforcing the rules, but apart from that, I'd say it went well. Yeah.
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 It was a great time. Yeah.
Yeah, I will, I'll let you two go. Again, thank you very, very much for commentating tonight, Missy and Zenati. For everyone in chat, again, you can find them at the little social links at the top there, Blue Sky and Twitter, respectively. But yeah, and obviously you can catch Zenati competing next week. Hopefully we'll be able to get you on stream, but yeah.
No matter what, I'm sure it'll be a good time. Thank you so much for putting this on, Hikori. And,
Yeah.
Alright, well,
I will catch everyone next week.
yeah, take care, you two.
Yeah,
Thank you.
bye.
Okay. So, with that, my friends, Overqualify has, for now, come to an end. Let me make sure I fixed Tree Hugger's poster. I need to make one for Renporo and the pass as well, obviously, because they also qualified. But yeah, that's what you have to look forward to. A whole bracket of that. Hopefully there isn't a micro patch in the middle of it next week. But I want to once again thank you all so much for coming along tonight. Thank you to those who entered tonight. Again, that was I'll get them up now. Again, tonight we had AL and Fraud and Vanilla, sadly, who could not keep playing thanks to the update. But it was nice having some fresh faces. But of course, there was also Nimpato, Renporo, Tapas, and Tree Hugger. And I can already tell Tree Hugger is going to make for some amazing plays next week. I'm really looking forward to that. So, yep, that's gonna do it. That was our bracket. There's not gonna be a top 8 graphic for this because it was just a regional. I hope the overlay I made for tonight was to everyone's liking. You know, I tried to use TSH's stage striking app, which I had to do manually in time with the players. But yeah, again, you can catch this next week, Saturday at 6 PM CEST, where you'll find a lot of Europe's top players, a lot of which have already been mentioned by Zenati earlier, so keep an eye out on our socials, most specifically our Twitter or X and our Blue Sky / Mastodon. Obviously, the attendees list is open and public, so if you don't want to wait, you know, for daily posts of each of the top players, just check it out there. I'm not going to hold it against you. But yeah, because of the support, and because of, I mean, again, the numbers we've already gone, sure, it was we got 2 more donations in tonight from Renporo and Metaben. So thank you so very much, you two. But yeah, as they said, this is all for charity. It's all for Stonewall UK, one of the leading LGBTQ plus charity organizations in the UK that obviously help in the UK and internationally. Again, already we have raised £535. That's 53% of our goal. But already, again, as Zenati pointed out, from Stonewall themselves, what we've already raised could support 1 month's worth of costs for Stonewall to meet with members of Parliament, institutions, and other stakeholders to lobby them around crucial legislation like a ban on conversion therapy. Even if it isn't for charity, I would love to do another item bracket like this again. But we'll just have to see how next week goes with a more substantial player base. So yeah, that's all from me. So we are going to raid a channel as always, as I like to do. I'm gonna look at the Rivals Favorite 2 category to see who we raid. But yeah, you know what, let's raid Zapshu. They're fun. So with that, I'm gonna start the raid very soon. But congratulations to Plus, Renporo, and Tree Hugger especially. I'll be sending invites to you 3 to the main event very soon. But yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a yearly thing, a seasonal thing. I do want to do more charity stuff because, I mean, why not? It's for a good cause. So, yeah, I'm going to stop waffling, do my final words. Thank you again to Zanati and Missy. Look forward to next week again. I'm going to hopefully be commentating top 6, top 8, whatever that block's going to look like. So, keep an eye out. Euros 2 tomorrow. I will be opening registration very soon. Obviously, most people just register in the last 24 hours of it. But that has been the last chance qualifiers of Overqualify. I have been Hikori, your host, not your caster this week. And I will see you all very soon. So, remember, be good people. Take care, everybody. Good night.